smartest thing ever.
Yeah.
VHS tapes. Thank you, Em. I appreciate it. I would pick up, or I would attend, or I would build, rather, a little VHS neighborhood library. We should get on that. Travis and Demarco is coming up next.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, Demarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side? I'm in the far side.
Have another cup of coffee, Jorge. 9 o'clock. It's a live imaging Tuesday. Let's go.
It's starting.
Oh, it's starting. But here's where I want to start. If you're watching on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, Trav. Good morning, by the way, Trav.
Good morning, Chris.
I feel like today a lot of anticipation is going in today.
Yeah?
To these 3 hours.
Okay.
But why are you wearing a belly shirt, DeMarco?
Oh,
A crop top.
Yeah, why are you wearing a crop top?
It's a half shirt.
Did you think that was a good outfit? Were you getting ready in the dark?
Well, what do you think?
It
doesn't matter what you think. I mean, wait, no.
It's a little snug.
I was talking trash to Maurice Jones-Drew about our neighborhood. You know, we were from the same neighborhood, and we have a similar body type. So we were like,
whoa.
Yeah.
Let's pause on similar body type.
We do. He's
You're
shorter.
a foot taller than him.
He's a little bit shorter, but we're basically the
Trav
same
liked that
body
one.
type.
See,
Big legs, big butt, big everything.
I got Trav early. I got an
You got him.
MJD
Well,
shot
funny.
in.
If it's funny, I'll laugh. That was funny.
I am the silver medalist for anybody in Richmond as far as career is concerned. I'll get. He has
Is
a bigger.
Mo the gold medal winner?
He has a bigger platform, but I swear
He was great for fantasy teams in 2004.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But I said, look, I think I had a better career than you.
Good morning, producer
How many
Emily.
years did Maurice play?
He played longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You won the Super Bowl.
Correct. And a national championship.
And a national
And
championship.
you were undrafted.
Correctamundo. So I said your fame is basically because of the position you played.
Well, he touched the ball.
Exactly.
If you touch the ball, you get more eyeballs.
70-yard run, yeah, it wasn't all you. That was your line, too.
Yeah, but they only show his part on TV.
That's why you're famous. That's the argument. That's why I'm wearing the jersey, or part of the reason why I'm wearing the jersey.
Was that from your 8th grade year?
No, this is 8th grade year. This is my senior year. Oh, you're just jumping right in. I see.
Yeah,
ya.
we're jumping right in.
This is my senior year, and this is also something I'm going to commit to today, me and you.
Yeah.
My goal is 55 by 55. So by my next birthday, 255 pounds.
Oh.
So the first thing was lose the first 50 so I can lose the second 50.
Yeah, no, that's the only way to do it.
So I will, when I used to wear this with pads, there was some room. So now,
Look, none of us are built the same at 50-something that we were at 18.
Well, I'm
That's
sucking it
just
in
not
right
the
now.
way that it goes.
If you get congestive heart failure, you might be.
No, your body your weight may be somewhat similar,
It's not,
but
it's
your
not.
body is not.
No, it's not.
There are things in other places that they are no longer when you are 50.
I
like
didn't
the
have
song
all
Like
this
a-
goes
back
other
then,
places.
yes.
Gravity is undefeated.
It's like the song Like a Rock. It's about being 18.
I was strong as I could be.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Chevys.
I'm getting back there.
And
Yeah.
Chevys.
So that's why we're in the Kennedy High School. Yes.
Well, now I got to go into my closet and see what I can find.
Can you rock yours? Do you still have yours? I hope so.
I have, I have something.
Every Tuesday we should rock our high school stuff. I'm going to bring up my Letterman jacket too. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have one of those.
I can wear a Letterman. I've got a Letterman
You
jacket.
told me your Letterman jacket story.
Don't repeat it. But
Why?
But because
Because he doesn't want it on the
You
air,
don't want to be
Jack.
Biff Tannen?
No, I don't care about being Biff Tannen. I care about being other things.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
No, I chose not to have one.
For the very reason you chose not to is the reason I wanted it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I know.
understand.
So we'll
I
get into that.
understand.
Hi,
Producer
Chris.
M, good morning.
Roars.
Good morning.
Good morning, Producer Jorge.
Buenos dias.
What do we got back there? Parker Bell. I see Anthony, maybe? I don't know.
No, it's Graham.
Yeah, Graham's back.
Sporting an
What's up, Graham?
Arsenal kit because Arsenal's playing PSG at noon today. Let's go.
I think I went to PSG for lunch yesterday.
You missed Northgate?
I didn't. Well, I ate a salad.
Oh, man.
Some of the Northgate product, I had a very plentiful draft where I pushed the limits on Thursday and Friday because they had chefs there for us, the Rams.
Yeah.
I needed to scale it back just because the data was showing that I pushed it a little bit.
Your salt content?
Not so much salt, just probably carb. Remember, carbs and sugar are still not great in general. I eat them now, but they're still carbs and sugar.
Yesterday's Northgate haul was legendary.
It was a haul.
There was so much. And look, can I be greedy for a second?
Yeah.
Can I be greedy? Because as wonderful as it was with the ceviche and the enchiladas and the chicken and the rice and beans and the tostada, there was the agua frescas. There was there was no carnitas. It was a bit of an upset because that is
That's your favorite
by
item.
far my favorite item.
That's Travis's favorite item, is the Carnitas.
When you go to Northgate Market,
Yeah.
they put it in this like foil bag that keeps it nice
Is
and
this
warm.
the one you were driving home eating by hand?
That's the one I'm driving home, eating by hand. And you put it in the cup holder because the Carnitas is very pliable, right? So you can kind of pull it apart and it'll fit right in the cup holder. And you can just go. And then if you put because every car has 2 cup holders,
right?
Carnitas here, salsa there. Rip off a piece, dip it, bag of tortillas on the front seat, and then it's just boom, bite,
Without
bite.
spilling?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
There's a little salsa verde, a little pico de
But if
gallo.
that's
This is on the way home.
But that's on his way home.
That's
so
on your
you
way
just get
home.
out of that shirt before anybody sees you. You're
I
fine.
like it.
And
Yes.
throw the trash
Yeah.
into the trash on the side of the house. You don't bring the trash into the
And
house.
leave the
because then
windows
there's
slightly
evidence.
open.
There
It's
you
going to
go.
need to breathe.
Carnitas are hard to air out.
Yeah.
When you get on the 73, you got to drop the windows and get it up to like 80 to blow the Carnitas smell out
Jorge,
of the
what
car.
did you spill in your car that stank?
Oh,
That's Chris. Ceviche.
Chris, you spilled Chris in your car?
No, no, no.
That's what you said.
that's when we went down to Travis's house and the ceviche leaked.
Oh,
So we're already driving afraid to get pulled over in Travis's neighborhood. Because if we get pulled over, it's over.
I was gonna run a yellow. He's like, you don't want to do that, bro. Oh yeah.
No.
hit the brakes.
Wow.
Oh,
10
wow.
and 2 and full stops at all stop
I
signs.
got you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make the car burp. At the stop sign, burp, then go.
So ceviche spilled, and then his buddy was showed up when I'm washing my car, and I'm like, hey, you want me to detail yours too, fool? Because bring it over.
Wow.
In that neighborhood, Corey has to walk around with his papers laminated.
No.
in front.
In a yellow vest.
I don't know if you got a chance to listen yesterday. Jorge and I went to the Dodger game on Friday night.
I saw.
And
I missed the invite, but that's okay.
That's all right. Don't worry
It's
about that.
fine. Yeah.
A woman sitting behind us asked if I was his boss.
That's right. It's like, why are you sitting here? Like, is that your boss? And I was like,
How do you answer that?
yeah.
No.
Was the
I'm not.
woman? Let's describe the woman a little bit. You might have already done this, but I missed this part of the show. So, what would we describe the woman
Just
as?
basically, I turned back because they were being loud, and I said, it sounds like us three, you, your friend, and me, we belong in the pavilion.
You said it in
That's what it
Spanish.
was. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so this was a Hispanic woman said
Yeah.
this. Older.
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
no. Like,
Oh, I didn't know
right
they were
age.
Spanish speaking.
Oh, yeah.
You left that part out.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I said
okay.
us three belong in the
Like
pavilion.
a homegirl? Like a
Whoa!
homegirl?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh. Did you call Travis Hefe the rest of the day?
Wow, Hefe.
She laid her entire itinerary out for after the game, where she was going, where
Oh,
she
so
was
you
going
think
to be.
she was looking for
I
Dodgers
didn't- she's
Stadium
like-
heat?
Yeah, she's like, I didn't drive here. Are you guys driving me? Are you guys driving me to the bar
Yeah.
in North Hollywood? We're like, nah.
Travis could have had quite the experience. You could have woken up without a kidney.
I don't. That's apocryphal, right? That's never actually happened. They don't actually steal
Yeah.
kidneys in
By
like,
they, who do you mean?
the criminals.
Oh,
I think
They,
Yeah, they
that
do.
story about how
That's a myth, right?
You meet somebody in Vegas and then you wake up in the bathtub packed in ice with a note saying, "We've
Right.
taken your kidneys. Call 911." That doesn't
I
actually
think that's
happen.
a myth.
I don't know.
I
It's
think
called
so,
Beto.
too. Would Beto know?
Yes.
I don't know.
He either knows the people doing it or it's happened to him. By the way, speaking of Beto and ancillary parts of the show,
Yeah.
Clinton Yates should be in a few.
CY.
How do you feel after yesterday's almost fisticuffs with?
We didn't almost have fisticuffs, did we?
You're kind of building a track record. Beto, Clinton Yates, but CY
No.
is, he's a morning man. You can't just be beating him
I
up.
wasn't beating him up. I mean, he said something that was kind of crazy.
Are you laughing at the morning man
I think,
statement?
I think that's funny.
The
No,
morning
just
man?
the phraseology. Not that he's not on in the morning. He is, but
No.
I'd never heard him described as a morning man.
So you don't put Clinton Yates in the same vein as Rick Dees or John London or Big Boy or Ryan Seacrest or Ellen Kay or Bill Handel or Kevin and Bean
Or Don Cheto.
or Mark and Brian, Howard Stern. Shall I go on?
Sure. Keep going.
I can't
Can
think of
you?
any more morning.
Can you?
Well, Keyshawn,
Imus.
Keyshawn Imus, the I-Man.
I was supposed to
Keyshawn,
meet Elliot in the morning in Virginia.
there you go.
Jonathan Brandmeier.
Oh, wow. Johnny B? That's a
deep-
big
it's a
pull.
deep cut
that
right
was
there.
deep.
Yeah.
I'm still alive?
No, it's a
he's
final
not.
a while
Okay.
ago.
Sorry. Yeah.
Speaking of Northgate, Mother's Day is coming up. If you need to make it out to Mercado Gonzalez, Pronto Catering at Northgate, tune into our show, the Travis DeMarco Show, all week for hints for a Mother's Day platter, which includes pollo asado, enchiladas, Mexican rice, refried beans. Jorge, this is the word I can't get.
Skip it. Go to the next one.
Pastel de pistache?
Skip it. Go to the next
Pastel de
one.
Pistachio. Yeah, that's the pistachio cake.
Okay.
Good stuff. Yes.
Agua frescas, and you must be able to pick it up on Mother's Day. Day, Sunday, May 11th at the Mercado in Costa Mesa. And, of course, you got family gatherings, corporate lunch, birthday parties, all that stuff. They've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner offerings. Pickup time starting at 7 a.m., ending at 9 p.m., 7 days a week. But you got to go to Mercado Gonzalez website and click the Pronto Catering tab to place your order, and they will see you at pickup.
How many people do you talk to in a day that work at this station?
Everyone.
I
try to.
Everybody, right?
I try to say hello to everybody.
On the occasion, you get into it with people, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, what happens?
I get into it with Travis every Tuesday.
This is true. I wasn't going to punch Clinton. Come on. Why would I do that?
Here's the thing. If I get into it
You did come running in here quick. Right after he left, you came dashing in here.
I wanted to make sure we were all copacetic.
Right. I know, you came dashing in here.
I felt that my intervention was needed.
Everyone is safe. No,
just
come
touch
on.
bases. Make sure we're good.
We were good. We were arguing.
Because remember, Sam Pines and Craig Karmazin are coming to town the next 2 days.
Yeah.
I felt I could get asked about it.
Okay.
And when I feel I'm going to get asked about something, I try to prepare myself.
Would you ever say, let's turn it to baseball, that pitching is the worst coached position in baseball?
Oh, see, we're getting back in. This is going to be
it's possible.
It's going to be building back up when CY walks in.
How is that? I mean, most of your resources are spent towards getting good pitching.
That doesn't mean it's done well. There's always things that are spent, money gets spent on. I mean, not to get too deep in the rabbit hole, but government spends a lot of money on a lot of things that are done horribly.
Pretty badly.
True, that's government.
Yeah, but I'm saying is because money's thrown at it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be done well. Just because resources are spent doesn't mean it's going to be resources well spent.
Some of the best head coaches are also play callers, and they work closely with their quarterback.
I understand that. It's not a blanket statement that they're all bad, but many of them can be bad.
And that was only my point.
9:09 a.m. He took the bait.
Me?
No, him. He went right back. He took the bait.
Is this
my entire goal today
is
it
to
fish
not
on
right now?
I don't know if I'm going to try to bait you. I might not bait you
Good.
today.
I hope so.
But if we bait, we're going to maybe we bait each other.
I hope that's how it goes.
Maybe we'll bait each other.
Perhaps.
Oh boy.
dual baiting?
Maybe it will
What
be
if
dual
you're a
baiting.
master of it?
You never know.
Please.
Travis and I hope so.
Look, Emily, please, come on. Do better.
I think she did great, frankly.
Get him. Yes, sir.
Mercado trivia coming up at 11 a.m.
Go ahead.
Yes.
You know what else is really good? They have a mango ceviche that is off the charts. Fantastic.
Mango in
Yes.
anything is great.
Do you like a good mango salsa, DeMarco?
I do like a good mango salsa.
Me too.
What am I missing?
Nothing.
No, there was no. I just thought it was funny how
why
he
is
asked
he
it.
laughing? Oh, okay.
I just thought it was funny.
All I need to know
paint
is
is
from you, because you've helped me with a lot of stuff. What did you tell me? Mayonnaise on the grilled cheese.
Sure.
Toast the bread perfectly.
Yeah,
You are absolutely right.
Oh, yeah.
You told
Crispy.
me about cold water and pancakes.
It makes them fluffy.
Fluffy as I don't know what. Had my niece and nephew going bonkers. Right. Brother calling me mad because he can't make them. Okay.
Wait, they don't have ice in his house?
Right. They don't. He just doesn't know. Like, what did you do? Okay. So how in the heck do you cut a mango?
Oh, it's impossible, first of all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like the teardrop shape, kind of right.
Yeah,
So
I keep
put,
hitting the-
teardrop.
put it on the fat end. Okay.
The fat
The
bottom
stem
part.
end.
Yeah. The stem end. Okay.
Stem end down.
Yeah.
It's too easy,
Right.
Em. It's
First
too
of all,
easy.
you peel it with the vegetable peeler.
Oh, peel the thing first.
Peel it.
Okay.
Slice the fat part off on both sides.
Yep.
Then kind of curve the sides.
Right.
And because you can kind of visualize the pit.
Yes.
But it's impossible. It's the worst piece of fruit to cut, but it's the best piece of fruit to eat.
You feel like you're wasting half of it when you throw it.
100%.
Okay, thank you. I'm
So,
good.
but
no.
there's a workaround.
No? There's more?
I'll make you guys a video.
There's
Okay, please.
There's a workaround. There's a workaround.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cut as much as you possibly can off, and I'm with you. You're going to waste some. Take that pit.
I do. Okay,
yeah,
good.
okay.
Yeah, suck on that.
right
Yeah,
there.
and you just drag your teeth on that pit, and then you
meant
get
the
all
mango.
yeah.
Look at you.
Little
Okay,
red onion,
thank you.
avocado, little in that salsa.
I
little
always
squeeze of
feel
lime.
bad throwing that thing in the trash before I started eating it. Like, I'm
Well, the
wasting
good
half the
news is
freaking mango.
Mangoes are only like $46 a piece,
Right.
so it's not that big of a deal.
This is true. But
Yeah.
mango in anything is terrific.
Yeah,
Just
you're a
feel
rich
like
guy,
wasting-
DeMarco. Can you figure out like
Oh,
a
what?
banana holder for me?
A banana holder?
Now that I eat so many bananas for the potassium, traveling with them is not easy. So if I put them in my
Oh, they
briefcase,
mush.
they get bruised. If you cut them up and put them in Tupperware, they're brown within like an hour.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
a hack.
Yeah.
You're not going to like it, though.
Are you going to say freeze them? I've been
Nope.
told that.
I'm not. No.
That's a good hack.
Get you an old school, what do you call that? What the kids take to school.
I have one of those.
An old school lunchbox. An
I
old
have
school
one.
lunchbox
Oh, like an
is,
old school.
An old school lunchbox is perfect.
Like tin?
Like an old metal one. Go find an old one you can
like
an
a construction worker that opens
Correct.
like that.
That's it. They're perfect for bananas. I
Or
swear.
get like a bento box.
That
yeah,
works
you
too.
need something with hard sides. Is
Yes,
what you're getting.
there
at.
you go.
Yeah.
Right, and allows
You know
a
what
little
else
bit
you
of
can
air.
do?
Yeah.
If you do cut them, and they won't turn brown. Just squeeze just a teeny tiny little bit of lemon juice on them, and they won't brown. Same reason like you do your apples or your guacamole, it won't brown.
Potatoes.
I don't need to travel with potatoes. I need to travel with bananas.
Just a little bit of lemon on
What
them.
about cutting them and keeping the skin on?
I've never tried that.
Like cut in half, and to the top part gets a
They're
little
still going to
brown.
brown. Yeah.
Just the
Why
top
are you
part.
opposed to freezing them?
Because now I got to like thaw my bananas during the day.
Frozen banana chunks are
That
delicious.
sounds so bad, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
They're
when I bite into
delicious.
it, it's going to hurt.
No, it'll melt almost. It'll
Quickly.
melt. Just leave them on your
Quickly.
desk for 5 minutes.
There you
They'll
go.
soften.
I got
Potato.
Is that the first time you've heard that one?
It
That
just
was
sounds
good.
so funny when you do
Key
it.
used to say a lot of words oddly.
He
Oh,
would
that was Key?
Yeah, that was
he
Key
would
Shot.
Potato.
over
I
enunciate.
thought
certain
that was
words.
Kendrick Perkins.
The roster.
Say it again.
No.
Listen.
Potato.
Yeah,
Potato.
it never made sense.
Sorry, Key.
A lot of
Yeah, you know.
English words he couldn't say, but those he really over enunciated. The roster. That too.
Sword.
Sword.
Sword was a weird one.
Oh my
And then he
God.
said
Sword.
sword.
There's a W in it. Come on.
And
I
there
get
is a
it.
W in it.
I get it. Yes.
And then we had the drop where he said, he's a sword swallower.
Yeah,
yeah,
remember
that
that?
didn't go well.
Now, remember when I used to call him a morning man? You didn't chuckle back then. Like you chuckled when I said Clinton Yates is a morning
Luka
man.
as a defender is a problem. That's coming up next.
And
It's
morning
Travis
man
DeMarco,
Clinton Yates will pop
710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mace. LA, it's time to get real. Jacob and Ronnie is the real deal. Injured? Unsure of who to trust? Call Jacob. He's recovered hundreds of thousands of dollars where other attorneys might settle immediately for pennies. Get a partner who's committed to turning your setback into a comeback. Call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, call Jacob.com. Jacob is the real deal.
Call Jacob.
Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking a lot about all the times my mom went out of her way just to make me happy. Honestly, I've lost count. All of the pickups from practice, help with the homework, the home-cooked meals. My mom is the best. That's why this year I'm returning the favor with the bouquet from the Books Company. And I got you 25% off of your order so you can send some happiness to your moms, too. Books aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go for the Books Flower subscription so she can get fresh blooms and major joy on repeat. It's also really easy. I picked my bouquet, delivery date, and done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your auntie, and even grandma too. Mother's Day is May 11th, so hurry and order your Books now. Go to Books.com, use promo code CANTY to get 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Books, promo code CANTY.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us.
Yeah, for you. Live Imaging Tuesday. Travis and DeMarco show. By the way, Chrissy on Twitter says they've got banana-shaped holders on Amazon because I needed something to carry my bananas in that doesn't bruise them all up.
Are you sure those are for bananas on Amazon?
I don't know. I mean, you put whatever.
What's the matter with you today?
She's in rare form, and I love it.
I'm just clarifying what Chrissy was asking about.
I mean, listen, you can put whatever you need to put in them. LZ could fill those out. Anyway.
I always think of Ryan Gosling when I hear this song now.
Yeah. Why?
Because of Remember the Titans. Yeah. I always think of his face when I hear this song.
Sure that's what Marvin,
barely in that movie.
Sure that's what Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell had in mind.
2 scenes.
Yeah, a couple. He wasn't the star
He's
then.
the backup quarterback?
He's the outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker.
That couldn't cover the guy, so Petey, I can't cover him. Get back in there.
Yeah.
That was that guy.
Game 5 tonight, LA Kings against those scumbag Edmonton Oilers. I feel like it's a must-win because if the Oilers win this one, then I think it's done.
Aren't they all must-win?
Well,
this is Moorish must-winner.
After Sunday night's heartbreak.
They keep letting them wiggle off the hook. They've had an
They're
opportunity.
good, those Oilers.
They're very good. But they've had an opportunity to knock them out with an empty netter in 3 of these 4 games, and they just can't get it. They're missing by, this much each time. It's going to go in eventually, and that's been the difference. Edmonton's pulled the goalie 3 times. They've scored all 3 times.
Wow.
And obviously it's a 6-on-5 situation, but they can't. Byfield really messed up in Game 4 by trying to skate it out of the zone as opposed to just flick it down to the other end.
Yeah.
And that was a huge mistake. They took a bad penalty. Maybe it was a bad call, but they took a penalty towards the end of overtime that cost them a game. If Edmonton has a man advantage, look out. They're so difficult to deal with under normal circumstances, but with an extra guy, it's been totally different.
So does McDavid get the kind of like LeBron calls where he's so talented? I mean, okay, anybody would have called that tripping on McDavid, which caused him to have the power play, which was the result of the goal that ended overtime. But does hockey do the same thing where they kind of have players that have earned the right?
There's guys that have earned the right, but in the playoffs, there's not a ton of whistles. And in overtime in the playoffs, you basically have to commit a homicide to get a penalty.
And I do think that was clear
Yeah,
tripping,
as you should. Yeah, it has to be
also,
as you should. Crazy.
The big difference is the Edmonton Oilers coach will give Connor McDavid a bit of a timeout in the last period, unlike anyway. 9:22 series is tied at 2-2.
And they used more than 5 guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And tripping has screwed over both the Lakers and the Kings in the past day or so.
I mean, yes, but
Y'all tripping.
pregame starts at 6:30 p.m., which means the rumor on the street is that Cappy and I might repeat our performance where we bang phone calls for a half hour nonstop from 6 to 6:30.
Oh, no way.
That
Bang
might
'em.
happen. We
All
might
right.
bang phone calls before we walk over to Crypto.com Arena tonight. Kings, Oilers, you'll hear it here on 710 ESPN and, of course, the all-new ESPN LA app. 2 big nights at Crypto.com Arena tonight and tomorrow night, and must-wins across the board. Tomorrow night, obviously, very much.
Lakers literally is a must-win. Win or the season is over.
Back against the wall.
Kings at least will play 2 more games.
Okay, so I love watching Luka play, and I think I liked it better when that's
won?
That's not fair to say. I was going to say I liked it better when he didn't play for the team I love. But watching him play has always been fantastic. But it's put up or shut up time for Luka. Your back is against the wall. LeBron and what he's going to do at this age. He's going to put forth a spectacular effort, and all we're going to talk about is look at that old man playing basketball, and he's going to dump it right in Luka's lap. So it's really Luka with your back against the wall.
So
to save this trade, sort of.
With that in mind, the trade,
you know what I meant. Yeah,
I do. I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
The trade the verdict on the trade has a long way to go before it's one side or the other. Right now, it's the Lakers obviously got the better end of it, but time will tell.
Right.
He's got to do better. But I like what you said about him having his back against the wall. Zach Lowe, formerly of ESPN, currently of The Ringer, was talking about this and why Luka at least feels the need to get painted into a corner defensively before he will respond.
Why do you have to get humiliated at the beginning of every single playoff series before you show the world, like, yeah, I can actually put in a little bit more of an effort on defense? Because if you go back and you watch game 1 and 2 of that Phoenix series, he is so bad defensively that it's laughable. And then all of a sudden, he becomes passable. And yet again, here we are. We're 4 games into this series, and he's just helpless. I've said before, like, I wouldn't have done the trade. Almost no one in the NBA would have done this specific trade. You can find corners of smart NBA people, team people, who would tell you the idea of getting out ahead of this and trading Luka is not a crazy idea. The idea of doing it without shopping him to get 9 first-round draft picks and swaps and doing this specific trade is where the logic falls apart. I still think it's a crazy trade, but I'm just tired of, like, I'm going to be embarrassed until our backs are against the wall, and then I'm going to show you that, yeah, I can put up a little bit of a fight. How about you put up a fight in, like, game 1 of the second round, and now you're down 3-1, and you're probably going home.
Way to go, Z-Lo.
It's an interesting...
Yeah.
That was tangy. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, spicy. Look, if you go out 4-1 to the T-Wolves, that's going to get louder. That is going to get louder and louder.
And the way they're going out.
Yes.
You've been saying it. They've just been absolutely demolishing him.
It is. And he's right. I mean, they used to say this in football, and it took me a while to get it. No noticeable change in speed when you're pursuing the football, meaning you're all out from snap to whistle. So if I see a guy pick up speed, that's bad. You're supposed to be going all out from the beginning. So same with Luka. Why do you have to wait to pick it up? Start with it if you have it.
In the game or in the series or both?
Both.
Okay.
Period.
Can I be devil's advocate for a
Go
second?
ahead.
Because I hear you, and you're right. If I know I got to play 45 minutes, do I not have to pick my spots?
True, you do.
I'm going to be out there all night long.
Right.
Literally, I'm not coming off the court. If you're asking me to redline it from quarter 1, game 1, I'm gonna be dead by the time we get to the middle of this series.
I'm gonna say yes. That's what I expect because that's what I expected of Kobe, LeBron, and everyone else that you're being compared to.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get better. I can't do that, Coach. I can't go all out for 45 minutes. Then you need to up your level of conditioning because we need that out of you. So I think that's where he's going. But I think that's what the Mavericks have been saying for years about Luka. I think that's what Nico Harrison was saying. That gear does not exist for him yet. He can get to it when he wants to, but it's not all the time.
It's the trade is still something that everyone does 100 out of 100 times. So the phone rings. Would you like Luka? Yes. What does it cost? It costs you Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first. Great. We'll send the truck. Right. You get it done. That being said, it does feel like if the pendulum swung all the way over to the Lakers side in those moments, it hasn't swung back to the middle, and it certainly hasn't swung over to Dallas side, but it has started that swing
the other
back
way.
toward. It hit its apex, and now it's starting to come back down a little bit with what we're talking about right now because they're bad in transition defense, right? Worst team in the NBA among the playoff teams. They're the worst. They're getting outscored by 36 points in the fourth quarter in this series. That's worse in the NBA. This is a huge problem. We thought it would be a problem. It is a problem. And now all of that, well, this is what they were talking about, chatter, has begun in earnest. We knew it was going to come. We knew that he wasn't going to be, he doesn't look like LeBron James when he's standing there on the free throw line. He's not in shape like that. But that it's the first round right away. And because of the reasons that we thought it might be, it's like, all right, here it is. To your point, get in better shape. That's exactly what Dallas has been saying for, 6 years.
By the way, a lot of people, too, wanted to try to compare him when it first happened is like, oh, well, Jokic and him look alike. They don't look alike at all.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They
and
don't.
when you watch them play,
that fitness level, their level
the Eastern
of
European thing. They're not cut up.
Not cut, soft
But
looking.
Joker isn't soft at all.
No,
and he doesn't play soft.
Strong like bull.
He might not look like Giannis.
Yeah.
But he's a supreme, physically fit athlete.
Yeah. I mean,
Luka is not.
Some of the best athletes in the world smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, Vlade Divac did.
That's what I'm saying.
Cartons
of, right.
They like the camels.
And that's just how they do it.
Cartons.
Okay, I have one question about Luka, right? So, Dallas to LA, or Dallas puts him on the block, everybody wants Luka. Okay, what about now if the Lakers put him on the block?
There'd be a line around the block.
You think so?
Yes.
Even with the same thing? Okay,
Yes.
The same thing they said you're seeing show up here.
For the very same reason that we see guys that are ridiculously talented get opportunity after opportunity. We'll fix it.
Okay.
We'll get him in our building. He'll listen to us. We'll put him with player X. We'll put him with coach X. We'll surround him with coach and player X and organization X. That once we get him here, we'll be the one to turn on the light switch.
I do the same thing.
And until he's not the best player in the league, which he still, or at least is on the short list.
Offensively, he is.
We're going to keep taking our chances.
Okay, so forget the haul that Dallas got for him. I'm talking about what he really deserved leaving Dallas. Would you get more or less of that leaving L.A.?
I think you get more.
You think you get more from him out of here?
Because Zach said it really well. The issue wasn't just that they traded Luka. It's that they traded Luka and what they got in return. If you turned around and traded Luka and got what the Mavericks got plus another 2 first-round picks, people would go, okay.
Okay. You might get even. I don't think you get more.
Oh, I do.
But I'm looking
they bought a car at pennies on the dollar.
I wouldn't reverse the trade, but I'm like, I see what you meant now.
That's different.
Yeah.
But he's young, and you think you can do it. He's still an elite offensive player. He would fetch an absolute ransom on the open market.
Me too. For that offensive production depth. But I don't know what type of demeanor he has. I guess I can kind of surmise based on how he plays. He complains a lot. So if you're LeBron and you put the thumb on him, I need more out of you. Are you going to give more? Or are you going to go the other way? I don't like the guy.
It doesn't matter. Well, but Luka is scoring incredibly. The problem is LeBron's 40 years old.
No. I'm with you, DeMarco. He is scoring incredibly.
But if this was 5 years ago, they're winning the championship.
But you're scoring 38, giving up 45. That's losing.
His line score from Game 4 was 38-1-2.
Right.
And that's not enough. That's not just even if it were 38-15-10, we're talking a little bit different because he's doing a lot more things. But if you're a complete zero on offense and you're going out there and you're getting your 38, okay, how many did you give up? How many did you get from your other guys?
You mean a zero on defense?
Yeah,
you're right.
We're getting closer to it's a push.
Right.
It's not quite a push because his offense
every
is that
5
good.
you score, you're giving up 7. That's losing.
Well, Braun no longer can put it on his back and win the game.
No, he
and Anthony Edwards isn't afraid of him.
He's trying.
But it doesn't matter.
He
can't.
is trying, but he
can't do it.
He can't do it for as long. You know, we'll talk about this because I think there is a piece missing. I don't think it has anything to do with LeBron. I don't believe it or not. I don't think it has anything to do with Luka. I think it's who the next guy is. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Delivery trucks are always causing accidents on the road. So if you've been hit or injured by a delivery truck, at times the drivers, they're not paying any attention at all. They're overworked with little to no sleep. They're driving and they're not paying attention to what's going on the road. They don't try to do it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen, and it can cause an accident. The law office of Joseph S. Normand will fight for you, fight for your family, facing injuries, medical bills, and perhaps worst of all, uncertainty. You focus on the healing. Joe will handle the rest. 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The roads are meant to be shared, right? Don't get fooled by insurance companies who just want you to go away, who just want you to be satisfied and move on. Joe's an expert on giving you the maximum compensation that you deserve. You know who to call. The law office of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. And normandlegal.com, where family always comes first.
The first round series between the Kings and the Oilers is tied at 2. And now the series shifts back to LA for Game 5, where the Kings were victorious in Games 1 and 2.
Centering pass, score! Fogle to Brent Clark. It's another power play goal!
It's the Kings and the Oilers in a pivotal Game 5 in Los Angeles. Listen live at 7 on 710 ESPN and the new ESPN LA app.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Looking for a great deal on a new ride? Lease a 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SC for just $319 a month for 36 months, with $39.99 due at signing. Don't miss out. Drive with confidence with America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. And Hyundai's Assurance Program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or online at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com to schedule your test drive. Lease offer on approved HMF credit. $39.99 due at signing. Plus tax, license, $85 dock fee, and registration. No security deposit. 10,000 miles per year. Offer expires 4/30/2025.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. But not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
9:35 on a live imaging Tuesday. Let's start a love train, Jack. Where's Clinton Yates, by the way? Did he not come in this morning?
Maybe he has TV today.
Does he have TV, DeMarco, or did you scare him off?
TV's usually later.
Look at him. Em is on my side today.
Well,
she
no.
wants to instigate.
I work with Clinton every morning.
The big CY, by the way.
Big CY every morning. Both him and I were a little sniffly today, though, so maybe he's just not filling up to doing more radio. Who knows?
I mean, I did a specialized Wookiee promo for his show this morning, and he won't come in to dueling DeMarco?
We're not dueling.
What do we need to do to get a specialized Lookie promo?
I do it every day on his show.
From Chris.
Oh, okay.
You mean me talking about what's coming up?
Yeah.
Like, so, for instance, if I was doing one today.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a live imaging Tuesday. You're listening to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Coming up at noon, the Greg Bergman Experience with Mason and Ireland. What we're going to do is we're going to throw around some Dodgers talk. Mace may not know what we're talking about, but that's okay. Plus, we might have stuff to give away, and we're going to see if John falls asleep. That's all coming up after Travis and DeMarco at noon with Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Something like that.
But that was talking about the Mason and Ireland show.
Well, I wasn't talking about COI. I was promoting you and us and me, more specifically, coming up.
So what I do at E55 is I do a little,
No, I've heard that. I like that.
And I talked about my neighborhood mystery.
What's your neighborhood mystery?
So you didn't listen today.
I missed it today.
What we're going to have to do is start contesting if Travis listened or not.
Okay. Neighborhood mystery is that, actually, I'm going to talk about in Fact or Cap.
Okay.
So I'll save it for that. This is a tease for
Fact.
Oh, that's a good tease.
Fact. Cap.
Close to your mic, bro.
I'm always
Get
on
on
the
there.
mic. I'm always on the mic. That's not my deal.
Stop it. I heard that.
Could you get Clinton with one punch?
Could I get him with one punch?
Can
What
we
do you
not
mean?
open up the laptop while it's playing audio?
Stop. I'm watching that
what?
Mark.
I didn't do it. Why are you telling me to
stop?
stop?
Mark Kerr trailer you sent.
The Smashing Machine. It's a movie that's coming out, I believe, this fall from the Safdie, one of the Safdie brothers who did Uncut Gems. The Rock's in it. Emily Blunt's in it. I sent it to you, but I don't know why you're watching it right now.
Trav, you missed Trav, do you miss Sliwa yet? Or
because I am flabbergasted. I cannot believe. When I heard he was going to do this, I'm like, there's no way The Rock can play Mark Kerr. There's no way. And he looks just like Mark Kerr.
Yeah.
Body and face. Yeah, I showed you the
a lot of prosthetics.
the video.
I
of
think
Mark
we
Kerr.
were going to talk about this later, but I guess we're doing it now since you opened your laptop.
You keep talking about it. It's there.
I didn't talk about it. You opened your laptop.
I can't make it stop. Stop. Anyway, go ahead.
At least that was playing and not like...
start that again.
What? I can't make it stop. There you go.
No.
What?
The go-ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
At least you didn't open it up and some sort of exotic video was playing.
This is true. Oh, my God.
Happens.
It does happen.
Not to me anymore. I don't have the urge anymore.
It does happen. Yes.
Happens. What are you gonna
Sometimes,
do? What are you going to do?
Yeah. Type in PO on your laptop. See what comes up.
No, I'm not going
to. See what comes up first.
I'm so stupid. It took me like, what? Oh, yeah.
Post Malone.
Why? By the way, that's a rather broad search
Just
term.
start with PO and see what happens.
I feel like you could. Not anyway.
My first thing that comes up is Pope Francis.
Yeah.
By the way,
you've been watching too much Conclave.
Has the Conclave happened yet?
In 2 weeks.
On May 7th, I believe, is when the conclave starts. But they had the funeral this past weekend.
Right.
And they had to gather all the cardinals together, get all the information. Right now, there's doing a lot of getting the votes together. So before they get in,
they're whipping votes?
Yes.
No, the Cardinals were whipping something else.
Oh, right.
They're waiting for the white
I'm
smoke.
Catholic. I can say that.
I'm also Catholic. I get it. But the drip was great.
The drip to what?
The drip that they wore at the funeral.
The drip was great in reference to the Vatican is amazing.
Yeah, that's why it kind of threw me.
That's the one thing the Catholic does well is that They have good outfits.
They do.
They like hats too.
They like hats.
Yes.
They have cool outfits, and they like to have the dramatic flair.
And they know how to keep a secret for 70, 80 years.
Yeah.
Longer than that.
Well, they make sure of that.
Longer than that. Wow.
Yeah,
So we're waiting for the white smoke eventually.
It is the white
White smoke is mean they picked a new CEO.
Yeah.
Or Snoop Dogg is there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a religious person. Is that wrong? That's the boss of the
Yeah,
church.
basically. Well, no, he's not just the boss. He is divine on earth from God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that part.
Well, I heard a cardinal say that the Holy Spirit chose the Pope. The
Pope?
They just have to, the Pope, but they just have to figure out who it is. That's
Well, that's what they believe. They believe that God has already chosen it. They just gotta
They got to go through the math.
They gotta, you know how a sculptor starts out with a block of
just
wood
got to chip away everything
chip
that's
away.
not the Pope.
Exactly. But go watch the movie Conclave. It's great.
4 popes in our lifetime?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not good at that.
Tonight on Pope Talk.
If you want to talk about baseball cards from the 78s, I got you.
I've
but,
had 3 popes. I had John Paul II,
one of them
Francis.
quit, which they never do.
That was the one that was right before Francis.
Yeah.
So it went from Pope John II, I believe, into
I
Francis.
think we had 4. Yeah, 4 popes.
Somebody did a mass at Dodger Stadium a million years ago.
Oh, really?
That was a big deal when they came through town.
That was the one that I think probably was the first one I ever experienced.
Okay. Yeah, that was like in the 80s, though. You didn't experience...
the same one went to Mexico. I know you're talking Juan Pablo II. That's
They all do they do a world tour. They're basically Taylor Swift, but for Catholics.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going deep on the papacy.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Pope grave.
Yes, indeed. I
thought that was good.
It was very
The Taylor
good.
Swift comparison, that was good.
It's another Kings playoff ticket giveaway on 710. Listen today for your chance to win tickets to tonight's game at Crypto.com for Game 5 against the Oilers. Just listen for your cue to call, and when you do, you want to be calling number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you will be at Crypto.com Arena tonight. Listen all day for your chance to win only with 710. What the league, look, they need to find some bodies to play some minutes, right? The idea of playing 5 guys just clearly didn't work. So whether or not playing Gabe Vincent a little bit more, Jared Vanderbilt, or whoever else it is, maybe it will work, maybe it won't. But
Bailing
the idea,
water faster.
Right?
That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
LeBron's got to be great. Luka's got to be great. Reeves has got to be pretty good if they're going to do this. But watching the Warriors last night.
Oh, man.
And I'm not saying him specifically as a person, but him as an archetype, him as a type of player, a type of instrument. They need a Draymond Green sort of guy who is a wild card, a spark plug, an unknown commodity night in and night out, quarter to quarter. I never know what he's going to do. I know he's going to play as hard as he can, might start a fight, might enter a fight that has nothing to do with him, might get teed up for doing crazy stuff. I don't quite know. But there's a reason that the Warriors have had him and had his back through a lot of crazy stuff for a decade because he's incredibly valuable to what he does and what he brings, and the Lakers do not have a wild card on their roster.
No, a lot to unpack. I've been dying to say that. LeBron, I think, is a master at CYA. He's going to play his butt off and say it's not my fault. I think from the Luka perspective, for one more point about him, is everything we said about Luka is right. I think we're fair and balanced with him. He needs to get better and show more effort. But I think he actually drew the worst guy in the first round with Anthony Edwards coming the other way. There may be some heat there. I think he's out to send a message. So either way, Luka's got to play better. But the Draymond effect, man, I 100% agree. When we met Robert Horry.
I was not here that day.
You were at the
grocery store.
That was AK. That was there.
Yeah.
AK was there. We were talking to Robert Horry, and I asked him about when he nailed Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
Or not Steve Kerr, Steve Nash. And he looked at me and says, that's one of my best friends, right? I'm like, were you guys friends then? He goes, oh, yeah. But I had to do something. I had to shake it up. That's Robert Horry. That's not a tough guy. He's not in the Draymond, the Dillon Brooks category, but he understood what needed to be done at that moment to shake it up.
Yeah.
So somebody on that roster, even if it's not your role, assume that role.
And Draymond,
just to shake it up.
Just to split the hair a little bit, like Dillon Brooks isn't an impactful enough player. He is just an adjutant.
Right.
He is just there to
I would
create
take
chaos.
that right now.
I wouldn't hate it.
Even
that, I think it would have value.
Yeah.
But Draymond brings that and high basketball IQ.
Yes,
he does. He rebounds. He
good
passes.
pass.
He said he does a tremendous defender. Like he brings a lot of basketball stuff And, oh, by the way, he's half crazy.
Right.
So he's an incredibly...
Your crazy guy is actually a good player.
Yes. Yeah. He's an incredibly useful basketball tool for that team. The Lakers don't have a guy that's doing all of that stuff. They got good players.
Right.
They've got guys that can score. They've got some guys that can, but they don't have that. I don't know what the hell that guy's going to do.
I take a lot of heat from my Warrior family, people, my family who are Warriors fans, and they were talking about the Lakers, and then they started talking about Draymond for this very same reason. You don't have that. And I said, you are basically making Draymond Green's Hall of Fame candidacy argument, because if you had him on this roster, I don't think you'd be able to stop the Lakers. That's unless you had an athletic big.
Certainly a player like him.
But in a situation like this against the T-Wolves, when you need this and don't have it, it's glaring.
They need to punch back. They need to be physical in a way that
Maybe
they just haven't
LeBron.
been.
Maybe it is LeBron.
LeBron doesn't do that stuff.
Well, that would be something if LeBron did. If LeBron did, that would be something. That could be the spark.
22, 21, something like that. 22.
Ain't no butt whooping like an old man butt whooping.
No, I hear what you're saying.
22 this fall.
22 is not going to be the guy that just shows up and does the thing he's never done in the 20 previous seasons.
What about a hard foul? What about a flagrant?
Maybe. But it's not quite. Draymond Green will start and end fights.
Right.
Remember that guy, Dennis Rodman?
Yeah,
There's a reason why Michael Jordan loved him.
But Rodman was never dirty. He just played hard.
He was dirty. He
just played
He got
hard.
dirtier the longer he went.
Yeah.
When he was in Detroit, he was a
Never threw a
hard-nosed
punch?
he did
guy
with the Bulls in the second,
that was
Bulls run.
just shy of dirty. After that, it went like, okay, he's gone to the dark side.
Is this dirty like when you go up for a layup or a dunk, I'm just going to stand right under you?
Yeah.
Is that dirty or just playing hard-nosed basketball? When I box out, I'm going to put this elbow where you don't like it.
Is he on my team or not?
He's on your team.
Okay, then
it's
not.
good stuff.
Yeah, if he's on the other team, then it's dirty. The Far Side coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right, in the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it.
Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Pool season starts when I say so. So if wearing floaties to brunch is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
It's Oasis pool season for everyone. Grab a cabana and hit the lazy river at the best pool in SoCal.
Number 2.
Whether you're sinking threes or grand slamming it, just come for the pitchers of beer at Sideline Sports Bar.
And the number 1 reason.
Foghat, live May 22nd. Get tickets now.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey there, I'm Jack.
And I'm Stag.
We're just two deer that want to make sure you know it's deer season at your authorized John Deere dealer. The deer season that saves bucks. You know, like us.
Yeah, you can get $3,000 off select John Deere machines. No early wake-up calls or tree stands required.
Just a trip to your authorized dealer before June 2nd.
If you ask us, it's the only deer season worth celebrating.
Visit johndeere.com/deer season to find an authorized dealer and for complete finance details.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow,
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
Sitting in that draft room, it was awesome for several reasons. And the other thing is, I hope you guys, when I say guys, I mean Rams fans in particular, people that have been through it. Even when the team moved, they stayed with the team. Rams fans to the heart. I hope you guys believe that this is the best era of Rams football of all time. And that includes our run, the greatest show on turf. Where this franchise is right now and where it's going, and the brain trust that's in charge and how they're thinking is so smart. Eventually, and I make fun of Jorge, I make fun of Raider fans. Eventually,
they'll get you, though.
They're going to age you out. And the way they're thinking about taking over this market. Okay, so I said this. If you go look at north of the 101 all the way down either direction and keep heading towards the water and then east, if you total that all together, that would be the 13th largest market in the NFL.
Just the Valley you're talking about.
Just the Valley would be the NFL. And it's underserved as far as football is concerned.
Kevin Demoff said that to us on Thursday.
Yes. That is the plan. That's what they're heading. That's what they're building. That's what the whole Woodland Hills thing is about. So this is the greatest era of Rams football, and it's fixing to get better as long as you keep reloading here. And I think Sean McVay and Les Snead are on the same page. I think they're in it for the long haul. That was the only other concern I had, is one or the other may step down and move on. But I think they're together on this and staying for the long haul, which means this team is going to be good for a while. But the other thing was, as I'm sitting here talking with Stu Jackson, and there was another guy from the LA Daily News, about drafting from a position of strength. Like, you must feel pretty good if you're comfortable enough to trade your first rounder to next year. And we're like, yeah, this is good. Then I started telling them about, you guys don't really appreciate where we were 10, 12 years ago. And right when I said that, Kellen Clemens walked up, who had just been hired. I think he's on the scouting department. He lives in Idaho. And I'm like, oh my God, do you guys know who this is? This is Kellen Clemens. Oh, who's that? He used to be a starter for the Rams in like 2011. Started the last 4. Bradford got hurt. Jeff Fisher's football team, it was all bad. I think they won 2 games that year. And Fisher was great at keeping the fan base sort of rallied.
Okay.
Like, we're close. We're not that far off.
Don't give up on us.
Don't give up on us, even though you're losing every game. But we're fighting hard and we're close.
Mm-hmm.
So part of his battle cry was, we're going to give him hell with Kel. And it was Kellen Clemens. Right?
The Kellen Clemens from Oregon, that guy?
Kellen Clemens from Oregon.
Okay.
Who I love to death. Fought his butt off. But he was like, yeah, I heard when he said that. It was like more like, we're in hell with Kel. Not give him hell. We're in hell with Kel. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, do you remember that O-line that blocked for me? I'm like, I think so. He goes, remember Jason Brown? Jason Brown was a center they gave big money to and retired in like a year and went farming. Right. They drafted a kid named Jason Smith out of Baylor, who had never played in the three-point stance in his life, as an offensive tackle.
Yeah.
And he washed out in like a year. And his right tackle was a dude named Adam Goldberg. Like, it just, like, he had no protection. It was hike and run and throw the ball out. So it was just so funny. And I was trying to, Kellen, you tell him how bad it used to be. He goes, it was an interesting time to be a Ram back then.
Well, I think they have the components that you need for a long, extended run. And maybe you win the Super Bowl, maybe you don't. They already have, and they've been to another one. So they've kind of checked some boxes that you have to check to be what you're talking about, which is in the golden age of whatever era or whatever team we're talking about. You have to have an owner that's willing to spend money.
Got it.
They do. You have to have a coach that gets it, but is also willing to move on when it's time to move on from players.
Check. You just let Cooper Kupp go.
You let Cooper Kupp go. They let Todd Gurley go. They moved on from Jared Goff. Like these are not just guys. These were the guys, and they moved on from
non-emotional moves.
You make really strategic decisions that may be in the short term a little unpopular, and you have to want to win. I know that sounds crazy. I don't think every team wants to win. I think they want to make money. I think they want to kind of be perceived as trying to win, but am I doing everything it takes? No. I think they check all of those boxes. They want to win. They spend money. They have the right people in the right places. In Sean and in Les's case, they're young for what those jobs are. They're young guys that can do this conceivably for an extended period of time. And in Sean's case, look, I think that he is a huge part of the window. That if he's here and invested the way that it looks like he is invested and continues to want to do what he's been doing for the last, this will be his 9th year, as crazy as that is to think about. It's as long as he wants to do. He's not even 40 years old yet.
Throw in one more. If you throw in one Super Bowl appearance, let alone win, we were talking about statues out in front of SoFi. You may only need one, him. Yeah. If you want to throw 2, throw less out there too, because these players are going to keep changing. Eventually, it was you have gone beyond, and we thought, and this I talked with JB about this, and it was great. The McVay window was Aaron Donald and Matthew Stafford. Well, you've gotten through the AD era. You've moved on.
And I mean this with no disrespect to him at all, without a blip.
Fast.
Yes.
Right? And eventually, you'll move past Stafford. Into another era. That's why I didn't
worry
about...
Whether that's as blip-free, time will tell.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I trust them on talent evaluation.
Harder to find. Harder to find.
Defensive tackles and ends or a quarterback?
Yeah. Much harder to find. And they don't move as much, right? If somebody has a good one, they hold on to them like it's, the Hope Diamond. They just don't move.
That's why I wouldn't mind, and this is pie in the sky thinking and next level or whatever. If you're in the Arch Manning business, I wouldn't be mad. That kid's born to do it. Born to do it. Think about this. Where can he go for advice? Either brother, uncle, dad, what have you. Everyone. I would love to be in the and plus he sells tickets too.
He has been I haven't seen him play enough to know whether he's good at football. I know he's got a pedigree.
Yeah.
But not every horse that had a dad win the Kentucky Derby wins the Kentucky Derby.
True. Jared Payton was not Walter Payton. Right. Michael Jordan's kids.
It's an interesting
don't say it.
Thing, right? To be able to go to talk to your grandpa, your dad, your uncle, all of these things.
But you have to be good,
But
too.
if I can't get the ball through that opening over there, it doesn't matter.
But I know
you can tell me, hey, that's going to be open. Yeah, but I can't throw it through there.
I know he could handle the job. I know I could handle turning the franchise.
Can he handle the throws? Can he handle the physicality?
We don't know. That we don't know. But I'd be willing to bet that he could. But that's what I'm saying. This is the best era of Rams football, and eventually, like I said, they're going to age you out. And the way they're thinking, like you said, they want to win in all facets, on the field and off. So eventually, they're going to get everybody.
Speaking of aging out, what is up with Bill Belichick? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, the home guy, teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Playoff hockey is back, Kings fans. Now is your chance to secure your seats to see the LA Kings in Round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs at Crypto.com Arena. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at lakings.com/playoffs.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
10 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday. The Travis and Demarco show. Jack, come on. Feels good when you play a little Jacks at 5. Michael up front. In fact, we just played this on Sonato and Cap on draft day, or Friday, and I posted a video of what happened. I tried to do the dump truck on Cappy at the draft.
How'd it go?
He moved.
Oh,
so I slid.
whiffed.
Yeah.
You whiffed.
And
No
everybody
brakes.
thought I was going down, so to speak.
Wow. Well, you might have a few months ago.
I did.
Right? Because once that mass would get going in one, it's hard. It needs to hit something to stop.
By the way,
Not
we made
anymore.
history on Friday. DeMarco had already left, and JB. So it was just Marcus Grant, Cappy, myself, producer Lindsay. But at 5 o'clock, we went to Lakers pregame on 710 and on the all-new ESPN LA app. Meanwhile, this was the first time we've done this. It will not be the last, I guarantee you. Show content-wise, we remained on the air in this studio and went YouTube only and the ESPN LA app from the draft. So we did a complete, and we went 1 hour commercial-free. That's when Terrence Ferguson joined us.
Yeah.
Terrence, by the way, great kid.
Yeah.
The tight end from Oregon, the Rams' second pick. Well, their first pick of the draft.
Pick in
but
the
in the
second
second
round.
round.
Yeah. I'd
McVay finally has a tight end.
I'd be
Yeah,
shocked
exactly.
if he bust out. Gerald Everett, they drafted, and I think they tried to make him more into an H, and he was kind of resistant to that. I mean, you're going to have to block.
What's the difference? What's the difference between a tight end and an H?
H is basically like a tight end fullback, which means they line you up in the backfield, and you're going to have to lead up on some inside backers.
Yeah.
It's a more physical role than what he would want.
Okay.
I think this kid would be a better H-back version of that. Occasionally get in there and lead. Most of the time, stay out there.
It's the one thing they really have not had with Sean McVay as their head coach as far as the skill positions go, like a super high-level playmaking tight end. We've seen super high-level playmaking wide receiver, Cooper Kupp, check the box. We've seen same thing, running back, Todd Gurley, check the box. We've seen two really good quarterbacks. One of them probably ends up in the Hall of Fame in Matthew Stafford. We haven't seen it with the tight end.
No, if you do that in this offense, and I guess if you keep plowing along and you figure out a way, and that's the other thing, I think you're going to be better in pass protection too, and I think that might cost Bo Limmer a job because Coleman Shelton is a veteran guy. You might not have that same mistake in Philadelphia that you had to end the season if you had a veteran center there, and it's less on Stafford's plate to have to worry about protection. All you got to worry about is calling the play, changing it, and throwing to the right guy. You don't have to worry about where they're coming from. The center will take care of that. That's going to help him. But, yeah, that's the only thing they haven't really had. Top-flight running back, yes. Top-flight receiving core, absolutely. Tight end to threaten the middle of the field all the time,
Hasn't been there.
Hasn't been there. Screens, yes. Middle of the field, no.
Tyler Higbee's had some games that were really fun to watch. I think he had a 3-touchdown game against Carolina. Like, we've seen him have some high water, but it's not – and I guess
a constant threat.
Right.
Yeah.
And not that these guys are easy to find, but the Kelseys, the Kittles, these guys, the Brock Bowers, the guys that just make a bunch of plays every single week, they haven't had that.
You know, it's funny when they ask me about offense and stuff like that, I am less afraid of Ty Hill. And to a man, every DB, even Jalen Ramsey, who is your toughest cover, they all say him because he's the fastest guy in the world. I am less afraid of Ty Hill than I am of Kelsey.
Yeah.
Kelsey, you can't stop. I can at least bracket this guy off. If he's killing you down the middle of the spine of your defense, you've got no chance. And I've got nobody to match up one-on-one with him. If you can get that sort of matchup in a McVay offense, you're scoring 35 points a game. Definitely scoring 35 points a game.
That's a lot, but we've seen it.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
that first season, what did they average? I think just a shade under 30 is like 29.8.
Go back to the Bible, as Maurice puts it, 11 personnel. And
Maurice Jones-Drew, you mean?
Maurice Jones-Drew, and run that same offense.
Gold medal winner of Richmond, California.
Yes.
Is he awake or is he,
platform.
or is he still asleep right now?
You know, that dude, I think he worked like 30 hours over the draft.
Don't care.
You don't? Not at all? I think he worked like 30 hours during the draft. He was there all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that
So
same.
is he still asleep right now or is
no,
he
he's awake? He's
Okay.
awake. You want to call him?
Our bit was that he's listening. You know, he wakes up like at 11.
Yeah.
He moves the blackout curtains in the Secret Garden by Quincy Jones is playing.
I think that might be true.
As a warm cup of tea is brought in to
on
his
vacation, yes, but not now. He's all. But if you go back to that 11 personnel when they first
Are you texting Maurice?
took
No, I'm
over
writing myself a
from
note.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Fisher and the offense that took them to the Super Bowl with
exactly,
Goff.
yeah.
You bring an offense like that with a top-flight tight end that threatens the middle of the defense, it's unstoppable with that brain.
Tell me a secret, Maurice. Are you still awake?
I got through
Are
it.
you still asleep?
Good job.
Oh, come on. You put this on. We're making some babies. Not me and Maurice, but anybody else.
I did. You're right.
Then she took your tractor from you.
Oh, my God. You have to bring that up, too. I got that coming up, by the way. I have to see her soon.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, my daughter's graduation.
How's that going to go?
You going to punch her like you almost did to Beto?
Yeah.
No, come on.
No violence towards women, by the way.
No.
That was just, we were just joking around.
I love her mom. I love her dad. I really do. I can't wait to see them. And that's about it. And my daughter. Can't wait to see that happen. But the other part, no. Because I'm still mad about the mower.
Will it be tense?
No, not for me.
Okay.
I mean, I'm over the mower, but you didn't have to
Put it
take
this
my
way.
mower.
You keep saying for you. Will there be tension in the air at the ceremonies? Because I'm assuming there's the actual, she walks, gets her diploma,
There's
waves.
a small ceremony on Friday for...
Is there a reception?
Yes.
Where
at
everybody
the Airbnb,
comes together?
We're all coming together, yes.
How'll that go?
Not from me, not from us, and not from them.
Okay.
I cannot speak for her. I don't know. But I hope not. We're there for our daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the right way to do it.
But I'm not over the mower, though. You're right.
Well, that's...
And you keep bringing it up.
Well, it's something to easily make fun of you.
Is that what it is?
By the way, I'm still disappointed. I brought up
What?
Beto. You had a beef with him a couple months ago, but now this new beef with Clinton Yates, and see why he didn't come by this morning.
I don't have beef
Clinton
with
Yates, by the way, morning man, 7 to 9 a.m.
Does Clinton have beef with me?
He didn't show up. Doesn't he usually show up?
He does. Is he sick?
No, he's not sick. He hosted a show this
Emily
morning.
said he was sick.
He was being sniffly. Maybe
There
he
you
wanted to
go.
go
See?
home. and
Maybe he
he's
didn't
not
want to
the
deal with you,
sniffly.
DeMarco.
We have no beef. No.
If you
But just don't make blanket statements. Come on. That's all.
It's the opposite of Arby's. There's no beef.
We don't promote.
That's the meat.
We don't promote violence.
Is it beef meat?
We don't promote violence.
But
Absolutely
if you
not.
punched him,
I would not punch him ever.
but if you did,
What about it?
like one shot, right?
How much do you think he weighs?
150.
What do you think would happen if I punched him?
I don't think it'd be good. I could take a punch from you. I think.
No.
Travis doesn't think I can.
Can we try?
Oh, is that CY?
Is that him? There you go.
Oh,
See?
he came in.
There he is.
I thought he was avoiding you.
No, of course not.
Walking by.
Where is he?
Is Julian
he's
still
in the
around?
back. Come on.
Now that Clinton's a morning man, does he still have Julian as consigliere? Oh, Julian, play it again.
Who's
Where
Julian?
is it? Where's the consigliere?
Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh, there he is. I thought he was avoiding you, DeMarco, because of the
No,
beef.
he's not avoiding me. Come on in. Where is he?
He's right there. He's getting his headphones together.
Oh.
He's getting ready to come
Thought
out.
you guys were
Morning
messing
man.
with. I can't see him.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
he's
He's getting ready to
We're
come
not,
after
we're not,
you.
we're not
No.
messing with you.
He's going to shake you with
He's
the
right
butter
there.
knife, DeMarco.
He's not. Hey, what's up, man? See? No beef. There you go.
Yeah, of course. What else do I got?
You feeling okay?
Are you sick?
You feeling okay? Okay, good.
Because if you're
There you
sick, I don't want to get sick.
Go ahead.
Oh, yes.
I wanted to ask some more questions. No, for real, because you seem so shocked by what I thought about regarding football and quarterbacks, and I wanted to frame it this way: let's just take every NFL position group, right?
That was the boxing bell to set up an argument verbally.
Let's just say we'll take tight ends, we'll take receivers, we'll take offensive line, we'll take secondary, we'll take linebackers and linemen.
My group. Yep.
Yeah, your group. From the talent fields that you see in college, which one of these groups do you think grows best? Hello, Travis.
Hi, Clinton.
Grows best as professionals in their time in the NFL collectively as a position?
Grows best.
Okay, let's just say you were a really good college defensive lineman. You got to be Super Bowl champion and whatever personal accolades you got. How many guys who weren't very good in college got to be really good in the pros at your position group?
That weren't very good in college that got better
Or
in
whatever.
the pros?
Yeah, to that degree. Like, improved to the point where you thought, wow, this guy is a professional guy. The improvement rate.
If I understand it right, not too many.
Not too many? Okay.
Not too many.
Now, to that point, which position do you think that has the highest growth rate of on a football field, period?
Quarterback.
I happen to think it's wide receiver.
Oh, okay, that too.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, like, guys get to the NFL and turn into wide receivers where you're like, yo, I did not know that guy could be that player.
Because that could have been a result of who was throwing them the ball.
Sure, all that. But
DK
you put
Metcalf.
You
That's
put
a good
everything.
example.
You put everything into that.
Huh?
Isn't that true for everybody?
Well, receivers, because
receivers are dependent on the quarterback getting them the ball
Yeah.
for sure.
You
But the quarterback is dependent on the offensive line giving them time. The quarterback is dependent on the running back giving the defense that two-way go.
Roethlisberger and the Mac.
All
was
of
running
this
for his
stuff.
life. Yeah.
Where I
connects to the
I
other.
would also say there's a high level rate of improvement, in my personal opinion, opinion, is linebacker, where you see guys who were pretty good in college and they turn into a guy through whatever system they have. What I'm saying is that for all of the talent we see at quarterback, I feel that all across the board, not enough guys get good to the point that I sort of feel like they could be based on what the average rate of improvement is for players who go from college to the pros.
So
does that make sense?
It does. What's happening now is, and it starts in high school. You let some of these quarterbacks get away with everything, like holding the ball too long.
Right.
Shador didn't just start that at Colorado or Jackson State. He started that in high school. Same with Caleb Williams. You just let them get away with it because they're special talents. They're special guys. They get to college and they're catered. Do what you do. Manziel, do what you do. Just go run around, make a play, and we'll live on the rest.
Okay.
Then you get to the next level where it's not that easy, where everybody can run. The hash marks are at the middle of the field. You have to coach the hell out of them to coach those bad habits away and teach them good habits.
So what you're saying is
the coaching there is really good.
Okay, so what you're
way.
saying is that the most – okay, because when I'm coaching, I'm saying relative to other positions as opposed to relative to the position itself. And so what you're saying is guys are so broken that even to get to the level they have to be at, that's the level of coaching you need?
Yes.
Okay, because my philosophy here's where
Urban Meyer was great. Urban Meyer had some fantastic teams. And nobody wanted their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
didn't teach.
The last thing I'll say about it is because my philosophy is because quarterbacks coaches are so good, that's where you've got to be the best there is. And I feel that is just not done well enough. There's not enough good quarterbacks coaches in the NFL.
I think a lot of part of it, though, is that just we spend so much time looking at the quarterbacks, deciding about the quarterbacks, and we know when you draft a guard or a tackle or an interior defensive lineman, it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Who do we have a quarter? We just focus so much on them that when they do fail, we notice
a little more. That's fair.
We notice their failures far more frequently than we notice other positions failures.
You can hide. There's more.
Yeah.
There's a scrum out there. The other thing is certain guys are still trying to teach offense. They are. And I think Brady said it.
Who were some examples of that?
Andy Reid is teaching offense. Right. Sean McVay is teaching offense. O'Connell is teaching offense. The way they're putting it in and the stuff they're requiring of their quarterbacks, they're still teaching offense the old school way. Some guys are like, look, man, if this is what I'm getting from college, this is what I'm going to run.
Okay.
I'm going to run the same stuff he ran down there.
I would argue that aids my point, but I see what you're saying.
Yes, I agree with that.
You know what I mean? And that's where it's a confusing thing.
I'm just going to say, tell me the three things you know how to do.
And we're just running with that?
We'll run those three things.
You know what you get? You get Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's a perfect example of what I mean by coaching that does not aid the player, even if it is because of a detriment that they came to the league with. Anyway, well, Chris, you're welcome back in now that we've had a grown man discussion about what we were right now.
I was just watching you school DeMarco.
I'm not schooling DeMarco. By the way, this jersey, for those of you not watching on YouTube.
No, it's not a jersey.
It's a crop top.
Yeah, DeMarco's crop top?
It's a half shirt. Yeah. I used to wear pads with this thing. Can you believe
crazy.
it?
So if we put pads under that, how high is that hem at the bottom?
You better call
it's going all the way.
It's like,
I would choke.
Are we talking above the
it's going to look like a
pectoral region?
It's going to look like a brassiere.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's great. But yeah.
Yes.
We're seeing a lot of undershirt underneath that jersey.
I keep having to pull it down so I can pull
Because
it up so I can breathe.
right.
Now, when I referenced you earlier on the show,
what did you say?
I was saying, where's Clinton Yates?
Look who walked in.
Who is it?
Sam.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
Okay.
I needed to. So when the original thing about why I walked in yesterday when you guys were getting a little heated was Craig and Sam are in town, and it may come up, and I have to be able to say,
Okay.
I have to be able to say, yeah, all's good.
No. Yeah.
But more importantly, I referenced you as morning man Clinton Yates, and Travis chuckled. And I said, why is he chuckling? He said, well, he's the morning host, but you reference him as morning man. And I put you right up there with Rick Dees, Ryan Seacrest, Ellen Kay, Kevin and Bean.
I wish I had
Mark
as much money of any of those guys, and I do appreciate that.
Jonathan Brandmeier.
Right.
I'm referencing you now. There will be promos. By the way, I did a specialized wiki promo for your show today.
Did you?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
I thought it sounded great.
Well, I appreciate
Personal opinion on my work. But,
I see
morning man Clinton Yates, weekday morning 7 to 9 a.m., the Clinton Yates Experience, the CYE.
You're wearing a King's hat. Are you going to the skate tonight?
And a King shirt. That Sam Pines bought me.
Okay. I'll be there tonight.
I believe we're in matching shirts today.
I'll be there tonight.
Are you going to be in there?
I will be in the
building. Are you going to share the vegetable tray with me?
No, I'm actually going to be in the press box, but I'll pop by if you need me to pop by. Yeah, well, that's because
hockey press box is
way in the sky.
Yeah, it's almost like on the roof.
It's but that's the best. I think that's the easiest sport to watch from afar.
That
to
is
DeMarco.
true.
You can see the ice. You can see the full expanse of the sheet. Like to
like
me, it's more helpful.
The football press box too.
Yeah,
the football press box is good because you can usually see the whole field too, and it's high.
I didn't understand hockey until I got up there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Now I get it.
Now you get it.
I figured out what dump and chase was up there.
Yeah.
You dump
I
had
it
no
and you
idea.
chase after
Right.
it.
No idea.
We're trying to do that to Mason and Ireland in a few years.
Waiting for the
ding ding.
By the way, Greg
That's what we should
Bergman
call the dump.
Yes, exactly.
The dump and chase.
Greg Bergman coming up at noon.
Is that what we're doing now?
Yes, that's what I'm doing now.
Greg Bergman coming up at noon.
Well, with Mason and Ireland.
Yeah, but you left that part out the first time.
I said Greg Bergman. I'm just promoting one piece of the show.
Oh, I see.
Mason Island featuring Greg Bergman?
No, Greg Bergman featuring Mason Island. For now.
We got a lot going on here, Chris.
Oh,
you
a
got
lot.
pill packs. You got wallets. You got
I got a
keyboards
Perrier.
and light. I mean, what do you need an external keyboard for with the laptop?
Because I screwed up my letter O. It doesn't work.
You're O-less?
Yeah, my O. Well,
I don't want to know how that happened.
Well, I'm on a lot of meds. I can O, but it's going to take a long time.
I'm glad you mentioned Anthony Richardson. He's the exact example of why I say that comment, which is, I guess, a little outlandish, but I don't think so. But I see guys like that, and I'm like, how does this happen? I cannot have.
Benched 3 games.
Is the consigliere still around? Because Jorge, no,
I saw him the other day. I mean, he's still with us. I just haven't seen him in a while.
Because Jorge played the song, and it was reminding me of the old bit.
It might be time to retire that bit.
Well, people don't know the bit because we haven't been doing it.
That's why it's time to retire it.
But I like the idea of playing Unchained Melody. It doesn't have to be for you.
So
it could be for like you and DeMarco.
Can you see the looks of everybody's face here? Please. Oh, no, you can't see them because you have. That's the thing. I'm trying to get out of this, and Travis is staring me dead in the eyes, like, please don't come hijack my show with this nonsense anymore.
The reason I wear sunglasses all the time now is because of the left peripheral from the strokes.
Peripheral, not peripheral.
10-15.
I'm worried that sometimes if the camera catches a certain look, that I look kind of
janky.
Yeah,
yeah,
janky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know what you're saying. I keep my eyes clear, full eyes. What is it?
Full heart, clear eyes, something like that.
I don't have a full heart, but I got clear eyes.
Full heart, clear eyes.
All I know is that Connie Britton
clear
was in
eyes,
it.
full hearts don't lose.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
Can't lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a fan.
I don't want people to know I had stroke.
Connie Britton is. Oh, so that's it's a okay.
Finish your thought on Connie Britton.
Connie Britton?
She was on Nashville as well. Tremendous role.
Oh, yes, she was.
Tremendous
Heck
role.
yeah, I
She
love
played
Nashville.
on that. Yeah, exactly.
Aiden Panettiere too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Travis and I are on the same page on that one.
Sure.
Just saying.
Are you
And
going to come
White
by
Lotus.
the suite and say hello?
I will definitely come by the suite and say hello. Who else is joining your traveling party?
Well, Craig and Sam will be in there.
Okay, very well. Then I will definitely
So
join
morning
the
man
suite.
Clinton Yates should come by and say
Yes,
hi.
I will do that.
Got to kiss the ring. Their
will
rings, not me.
absolutely
Exactly
There
right.
it is. There it is. I made a Godfather reference on the show today.
Travis,
Good
this
job.
is when you look like a retired cop right now.
If I say
You're
the
letting the
term,
suspect just speak.
That's the
What
look.
reference did you make? I didn't
if
hear
I
it.
hold on, if I say the term, Travis, take the gun. Do you know what the next line is?
I don't.
Not the
Really?
cannoli.
Okay, hold on.
Take the cannoli. Or
Leave the gun.
Leave the
Take
gun.
the cannoli. Leave
Yes,
the gun.
leave the gun is what I meant to say. Sorry.
that-
yes.
okay,
My
that's
bad.
why I
botched
didn't
that.
get it.
The reason, my bad.
Yes.
The reason I
Yeah.
said that is because there was a clip that Em, did you send this to me? A guy
think
was
so.
running from a polar bear in Norway. He's got a gun.
Oh.
He leaves the gun, keeps the cannoli, gets on a daggone snow machine, and gets out of town.
Now, was it a fun,
Polar bear pursuit.
Yes.
was it a fun polar bear like the Coca-Cola bear?
Bruh.
No.
Okay,
This
but
was
could
hungry.
100 men take down that polar
Yeah, that's what we asked.
Polar
That's what we
bears, I
asked.
don't know why I know this, but I know this. Polar bears are the only bear that has been proven to hunt human
Humans,
beings.
yeah,
Consider
absolutely.
us food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that
absolutely.
actively hunts human beings as opposed to will occasionally attack
I
a
saw
human
that.
being.
That
Yeah.
dude got out quick.
Don't want to catch the polar bear on home ice. That's not a good matchup right there.
thank
not
God
a
that
good
thing
matchup.
started.
Not a lot of food in that part of the
No.
world, so they're going to
Coming
eat
for
what they
your
can
dome.
find.
Clint,
Yeah.
that's a lot of trust.
Yeah, well-
you better hope that thing starts.
Listen,
How much
I-
do you-
That polar bear was
You're
on
right
his
about
back.
that.
the Norwegians are operating on a different level from I. But,
Clinton,
yeah.
how much do you weigh?
Probably 175 pounds.
Oh, so DeMarco asked me how much I thought you weighed on the air because we were
What'd you
referencing the
say?
topic. I said 150 to 170.
No, muscle's heavier than fat.
Oh, see,
There you
I
go.
like that.
How much did you
he's
say you
coming
weighed? I
for
missed
you.
that. How much?
DeMarco, he's coming
Probably
for you.
175.
Oh, yeah. Light heavyweight.
You
yeah.
could get DeMarco with one punch, you think, right?
No.
That's light
If it's in
heavy.
the junk, yeah, but maybe. Like I don't operate like
Might
that.
be your best chance.
Right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If I was a real deal situation and this was the matchup, that's one go.
gotta
And
do
I'm
what you
hightailing
gotta
out of
do.
there.
You can
Yeah.
go low on him. He can't go low.
When's the last time you fought somebody?
Fought?
Yeah, like had a physical altercation.
Well, I was almost dying in the hospital for 2
Okay.
weeks, so
10-18.
10-18.
Yeah.
But no, it's been a long time. Not since like high school, I think.
Okay, that's good. That's good for you.
I mean,
I fought someone in college.
Really? You did?
that doesn't surprise me.
Wait, you did? Really?
Stop. When we come back, Emily's fight in college. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, have you guys ever had to deal with chafing? Anybody in this room? I have. Not ashamed to admit it. So whether it was back in the day when the game pants ripped and I got that little sore there, or my morning walks, chafing is no joke. That's why I always keep Highlands Chafing Relief on deck. This stuff has been a game changer for me. It goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water, no greasy mess, just all-day protection. And if you've already got some chafing, you are not alone. Highlands Chafing Relief soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. It's just relief right there. So whether you're running, hiking, riding, or just dealing with the heat, Highlands Chafing Relief has your back and your thighs and your arms. You guys get the idea. You shouldn't have to stop doing what you love just because of something stupid like chafing. Trust me, grab Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference. Available today at Walmart and Target.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking about this all the time, how my mom always took care of me, man. I remember, like, when I was a kid, like a little kid, I'd forget my lunch. Mom would bring it over to the school. That way I wouldn't go starving the whole day. I mean, you never forget what mom does for you. Abuela, too. Tia, your wifey, who does all sorts of stuff for you. And I'm sure your sister probably did plenty for you, too, when you were growing up. So my mom did everything to make me happy. I'm returning the favor. I'm sending her happy flowers for Happy Mother's Day from the Books Company. Short for bouquets. We're hooking you up. 25% off your order. All you got to do is use the promo code ESPN so you can send some happy flowers, too. Bouquets aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and they last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a freaking volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go to Bouquets flower subscription so she gets her fresh blooms on repeat. Look, guys, you can't forget mom. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your Bouquets now. Go to Bouquets.com. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouquets. Promo code ESPN.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match.
See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Nothing like some pachanga heat if you're out there looking for it. You know what I mean? 10:23 on a live imaging Tuesday. You could dance in the street too at pachanga. Travis and Demarco show with Morning Man Clinton Yates in studio.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, get ready. Morning Man Clinton Yates.
It's radio's Clinton Yates today.
Yeah, but I like
As Travis would say, yeah.
But I like Morning Man too. You know what I'm saying?
Most people don't.
Why?
I love the YouTube chat. They hate me. It's
oh, they do?
Fuel.
No,
yes.
it's okay. They hate most of us.
It's the
You
best.
could say that Clinton's CMM, Clinton Morning Man.
No, we're not. I don't need any further linkages to Morales. We are establishing a division between church and state, if you
Could
will.
be like Ebony and Ivory.
No, it will be nothing like that. I want to hear about. You know what? I'm going to stop talking.
There you go.
We want to hear Emily's story.
Give me the first of all. Let's go through this kind of tail of the tape style.
Yeah.
Who was your opponent?
So my friends and I at the ski club. I didn't ski. I just party with them. We decided one night to have a fight night, and we just paired off into pairs.
Hold on. Okay.
Man, white people are crazy in Virginia.
Hold on a second. Hold on. You guys have a ski club that presumably you go skiing as a group.
Jorge and I had a
Mostly
ski
good
club.
parties,
Decided just one night, instead of talking about Aspen or Snowbird,
Breckenridge.
We're gonna beat
how
each other
about we
up.
strap on some gloves
And start beating each other up.
have fights?
Or was it
Yeah.
gloveless?
It had gloves.
Okay.
And it was the
Alcohol
backyard.
involved?
Sorry?
Alcohol involved?
Of course.
Okay, just
Okay.
checking. Okay.
Was a
So
factor.
how
Okay.
did you determine who your opponent was going to be?
The president of the club chose us, and so I fought my friend Chandler, who you guys
The
all
girl
met
that I
at
met?
at the Mandy's. Yeah,
Wow.
Like,
So this was a
actual
hazing
fight?
ritual of some
not
sort.
hazing. It was voluntary, and I was
Were you
fourth year in college.
Next
Okay.
question. Were you trying to win the fight,
hit
or
her
were
in
you
the
just out
face?
there trying to kind of have a laugh?
Kind of, mostly a laugh, but a little bit.
Did you land
real.
any punches?
A little bit, but it wasn't.
Did
like we
she?
Yeah, but it wasn't like we were trying to knock each other out.
Did anybody bleed?
No, not really. So it wasn't
okay.
that big of a fight.
More of a wrestling match?
No, we were mostly upright, and we just like danced around a bit, and and eventually police got called and got it broken up.
Wait,
Not
the police were called?
How
fight.
many?
You have a
How many
record?
fights were on the card?
I want to say there's like 4, maybe.
Wow.
Were you the main event?
No, no.
You called the police.
We were like not even like the pre-main event. We were probably the second one.
But who called the police?
Neighbors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this was an outdoor or indoor situation? Did I miss that?
Outdoor. So
It's
at
like
backyard.
Caesars when Duran and Hagler went at
It
it.
was one of
Gotta
those
be
gross,
video, right?
it was one of those gross college houses which has like 8 rooms and they're all
Sure.
decrepit. And so the backyard was pretty big, and they put out hay bales and stuff around, and so that was like the ring.
So these were sanctioned bouts, effectively.
So if the fight went to the cards, did you get a decision?
I think I won. I think I remember I won, but I mean I had more weight on her, and I had more quickness. I think.
Split decision win.
This is an amazing breakdown.
I know.
More weight and more.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little disappointed.
Who had
because
the
if you-
reach advantage?
Chan has good reach, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you know Charlottesville, there is an actual like the way the promenade downtown works is there's one of those like
But we weren't in downtown.
long malls where
Yeah.
like all the stores are on the side, but everybody walks in the middle. A prime peel out of the bars, get drunk, fight night situation. I was really hoping
Thunderdome.
that this was we rolled out of the shop one day and some girls were talking S and somebody got laid out in the
And
promenade.
I have again at a different time.
I'm
Chandler,
stunned that's not what it was.
Yeah, that me too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have gotten in word matches. I've never hit
A physical
somebody,
confrontation.
in regards to that, but I have run my mouth too many times, and / other people have at me. But
Right.
yeah, and what you're talking about, the downtown area is more where townies are.
Correct.
College people are a little off, but yeah, had a little sanctioned fight night.
Got to be
One of
video
these
somewhere.
deals.
That's
That's
incredible.
what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's like one of those deals
Oh, this is Thunderdome.
where
right here.
everything
Yeah,
is
yeah,
in the
yeah.
middle. And you could spill out Sharks versus Jets
Let's
style.
take it outside.
I thought for sure this was going to be you were at a party or a bar or some situation where there was a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody bumped. Somebody said something. Somebody said something back. Somebody bumped again, and then you came in to clean it up. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
was
I was hoping for, to be honest.
If we're going to talk about water polo, I was the enforcer of
that's what. Yeah, I've heard
I was the Draymond Green.
Didn't
of
you
my
bloody
water
your sister's face?
She to me, but it wasn't quote unquote intentional. But I did have to come out of the water for a little bit. But I was the enforcer when I played water polo, and not sometimes I went to fisticuffs / a little jostling. But I wouldn't say it was like a full-on, like no one punched another person on purpose. Like when you're swimming, you can hit someone in the head.
Yeah, who threw the first punch?
In the sanctioned fight?
In the sanctioned fight.
I think it was probably me, but we'll see. We did
would
the
have been
whole,
my
that would have been on my prop bets.
Yeah, she's not going to go
Prize
Floyd
picks
Mayweather.
over first punch.
She's going to be out there
Tyson?
letting him go.
Yeah,
that's
and
great.
then me and Chandler just had the rest of our night afterwards.
Did you hug it out after?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, there
We're
you go.
best friends.
Okay.
How about that?
It is another Kings playoff ticket giveaway on 710. Listen today for your chance to win tickets to tonight's Game 5, Crypto.com Arena, against the Edmonton Oilers. Just listen for your cue to call, and when you hear it, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you will be at Crypto.com tonight. Listen all day for your chance to win, only on 710. Bill Belichick going crazy coming up at 10:45. Coming up next, Factor Cap on 710.
Did you see the Belichick? Did you talk about the Belichick?
This is your read, DeMarco.
This is for
No,
me.
this
I'm
is
so
good.
sorry.
This is good.
See,
I like how
Clinton's
you
in
were
the
rubbing
room.
your belly there underneath the crop
this
top
is me.
jersey.
This is me like rubbing the chafe in there. Anyway, you can win and move into a brand new house courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino. We're going out there next week, right?
You're going to find some Pechanga heat.
That's right. Going on now through May 30th, Pechanga Club members can earn entries into the Home Sweet Win promotion by playing their favorite slot machines and table games with a club card. In addition to the home giveaway, Pechanga is going to give away $50,000 to Habitat for Humanity of Greater Los Angeles, that's Habitat LA, to aid in the rebuilding efforts following January's devastating fires. Entries are now live, ending at 9:30 on May 30. So play your perfect combo at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Visit the Home Sweet Win webpage at pechanga.com/home giveaway for more details.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, tomorrow at noon after Travis and Demarco.
Shohei had his baby, so if I was UCLA, I'm dead serious about this.
Right.
I would offer Shohei's baby a full athletic scholarship right now.
Just for the PR?
You don't even know he's going to be good at because his wife is a basketball player. So it doesn't matter
We
just
won't
here.
even specify the sport.
Right.
But here's a full ride.
Yeah.
It's yours if you want it.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense. Use Thrive and protect your business.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now, but I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LEARN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LEARN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LEARN.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and Demarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and Demarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Factor Cap.
Thanks, show. Hi, guys.
Howdy, howdy.
Aloha.
Aloha.
You guys know that story about me in kindergarten getting in a fight, right?
Jeez.
No.
Sounds vaguely
Okay, so
familiar.
Emily, you're a thug.
I just grew up fighting my sisters. So in kindergarten, I was sitting next to this kid, Jeff Good. That's his real name, Jeff Good. And he was mocking me and saying, "You can't hit me, you can't hit me." And so I hit him.
You proved that he was inaccurate.
Exactly. I'm like, that's not the truth. And I guess it was not my first offense to my kindergarten teacher, so I got my smiley face moved to a frowny face. And I was supposed to have a parent-teacher conference with my parents. And that conference never happened because it was on September 11th, 2001.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So it didn't happen. So there's my getting into fight story.
You got away with that's your origin story.
Or I feel like I caused it as a kid. But anyway, for me being bad. So I have only fought a couple times. So I was telling a story on the lookie for our show on Clinton and Friends leading into our show. And
Morning man Clinton Yates.
CMM. About a mystery in my neighborhood. So May 1st is when a lot of people move out, move in, etc. And so on my curb, one of the people in our building that's moving out had discarded something to maybe either someone could pick it up, or it's going to go to the trash, etc. What it was a clear bin full of VHS tapes.
Ooh.
And random, multiple copies of some VHS tapes, random VHS tapes, and then throughout the week, I noticed that some were going.
Yeah.
Some people were picking up singular VHS tapes, but leaving the rest of them, leaving this bin, because the bin's actually kind of good, too. So anyway, I was telling the story, and it just was like, I didn't know who was taking these, and why you would take them, who has a VHS player. So do you remember the last VHS you purchased? Travis, Factor Cap.
Oh, Cap. I don't. I think we still have a VHS, a VCR somewhere in the garage.
You did give me your DVD player.
I did, yeah, but they have the DVDs you can play on like the video game system.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we have that, but I remember going to like Blockbuster with my family, and both as the father taking my kids, and then as the kid going with my mom and dad to buy. But I don't remember the last thing. I remember the first thing we ever got.
Which one?
French Connection.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Popeye
Yeah.
Doyle.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Gene Hackman.
Yep.
Chris, do you remember the last VHS tape you
I
purchased?
don't. I used to be, as a kid, obsessed with like taping stuff. So I would create my own collections of like Batman, like in 90210 when in reruns.
Oh.
So I bought a lot of, or I'd make my parents buy me a lot of blank VHS tapes and then tape stuff. But I don't remember the last like movie or TV show I bought.
My
Yeah.
parents used to tape 24.
Yeah.
In the Brady Bunch reruns for my sisters. DeMarco, what was the last VHS? You remember the last VHS you purchased?
I think I got it. It's one of two. It's either when they re-released the original 3 Star Wars with the George Lucas touch-ups.
Yeah.
So that first one, when they re-released it, we had to go out and get VHS.
Were those on VHS or DVD?
I remember buying it VHS, but
Okay.
the one I do remember, and it stopped me from buying them, and I think it was the advent of Laserdisc came around the same time.
Laserdisc.
Gettysburg.
Oh.
Do you remember that movie?
I do.
1993. This
Yeah.
actually plays. Gettysburg. It was 4 hours long.
It was on double tapes.
Double.
You know
Like
what else
the
was on
Godfather
double tape?
was the
And
Godfather.
Titanic.
Titanic.
Yes.
Remember
Oh, yeah.
Titanic came in 2 as well.
This is 4 hours and 31 minutes.
I also think The Sound of
Yeah.
Music was on 2 tapes too.
It might have been.
Sound of Music is long.
And what's the one about the Civil War?
Glory?
No, it's the one with really old. Anyway, I'll come to me later.
Did you have a laser display?
Gettysburg. I think he.
No. I'm talking about the one that's Gone with the Wind.
Oh, yeah.
The
Okay.
full VHS
Yeah.
tapes.
We never
Jorge.
had a laser disc.
We did.
Yeah,
Travis,
it was a
this
waste
one
of
had
money.
4 tapes. That's what I mean. It was
Yeah.
like a big pack, 4
It's like a
tapes of one movie.
encyclopedia.
That's not the first time you ever bought 4 VHS or something.
All right, Jorge, what do you think?
So I have Tombstone in VHS. I have Rudy, the greatest football movie ever made.
No, it's not.
And
that guy.
And then I have Good Burger. The cool thing about Good
do you
Burger.
really?
So the cool thing
Welcome
about
to Good Burger.
So Nickelodeon used to make them in orange tapes.
Yes,
So my
all
Good
the
Burger
Rugrats
is an
ones are
orange
in
tape.
orange. Yeah.
So those are the
Rugrats
3.
Go to Paris.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Rugrats go to
Can I take your order?
Reptar.
And then also the Wild Thornberries was also on. I had that one.
You're right.
Okay. So apparently, Roki Sasaki, when making his decision to come to the Dodgers, it wasn't the deciding factor, but part of it was when they were redoing the clubhouse here at Dodger Stadium. He was asking if they were going to put in Japanese-style toilets, which are superior toilets. But it was
They're
kinda,
ahead of us in this department.
Exactly. He was kind of jokingly saying,
It's a bidet, basically, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bidet.
but it talks
and
to you.
It's got
and
the option.
It has lights.
It's got the option.
there's a lot-
shouts out to you.
There's a lot going on.
Public toilets in Japan have bidets. Like there's not a bidet in Japan. There's not a toilet without a bidet in Japan. So anyway, he says like, oh, you should get a Japanese-style toilet, and the Dodgers did install one for Roki Sasaki. So you're talking through a new contract. It's not money. Money is you're satisfied with this, and then you can ask for one extra thing in your contract. You would want a toilet just for you in the office. Chris, Factor Cap. Again, money's the same. Everything's what you want. It's just you could ask for one extra thing.
Fact.
Okay.
That would be amazing. That would be. You know, I do a lot more at the office than I used to nowadays. And it is, when you have to go in there, and sometimes you see somebody that's like, you both know what's about to happen.
It's not the best moment of the day.
Right.
DeMarco.
Fact, I think if money, like it wasn't.
Yes. Everything's
Money's
what you
off
want,
the table?
and you get one extra thing at the office. You'd want your own portion.
Yeah, your own private hoop. Yeah, of course, definitely. I'd take the toilet. Fact, no doubt.
Travis.
I'm going to keep the unanimous train rolling. Yeah. I mean, it would be amazing to know that you got this little room that's all yours and no one else.
Not extra PTO days,
Nope.
not extra other things like you'd want.
I don't take days off to begin with, but I do the other thing here frequently.
By the way, Morning Man Rick Dees used to have his own bathroom
Really?
at Kiss FM.
Wow.
Way back when in the day.
Look, that was one of those things that back in the 70s and 80s when you hit it big, you had a bathroom in your office.
Yeah,
like
your
that
own
was a
private
big
bathroom.
deal.
Always cool.
I would, yeah,
Is
that'd
it
be
you
great.
or Cap that uses the master bathroom everywhere at someone's house?
That's probably. I don't use
That's
other
an
people's
aggressive
bathroom.
move.
Dude, you
well,
can't
Cap's
do that.
kid now does it too.
You can't
Cap's
use the
son
master
did-
bathroom.
No.
This-
If there's more
It's
than
Cap.
one, the master is for the
Off.
master and
Thank you.
mystery. What do we call what's the female version
Lady
of
of the
master?
house.
Lady of the house. Thank you.
Cap's
That's
son
theirs.
did it at Passover at one of their friends' house too.
And people I guess now say primary bedroom.
Yes.
Jorge.
Hell yeah, my own place to destroy. Absolutely. Put it right here next to me, so I don't have to run anywhere.
Amen. Yes.
Okay,
4 for 4.
One more for you guys. Speaking of physical media, from the first Factor Cap, there was a Criterion closet truck that came to LA last weekend. And I know if you don't know what this is, it's for film nerds like me, cinephiles like me. It's just this viral Criterion collection place where you can go get movies. It sounds really lame and dumb, but it's
Sounds
fun
like
for people. It's like Blockbuster, but we don't have Blockbusters anymore. And the line for this was 8 hours long. They had to cut off the line at 11 a.m. So it was crazy.
This is like a pop-up store?
Yes, it's a pop-up. It's going to be here
Okay.
twice. It's going to be here last weekend and here in
Sounds fun.
June. So if you were in this 8-hour line for something that you really want to do, and I'm going to suspend belief because I know you guys wouldn't do this, but you would be talking to people in line the whole time. You would be chatting and
yeah.
making friends in line. DeMarco, Factor Cap.
Fact. Come on now. Yeah, 10 minutes we're going to talk. 30 seconds we're going to talk.
Do you talk to other parties at Disneyland?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
There was a guy behind me that said, DeMarco? And I'm like, yes. We were talking about the Lakers
Yeah.
right there. So
Yeah.
I would talk to people, but 8 hours? What are you waiting 8 hours for?
people were waiting 8 hours to get into this Criterion closet and pay for DVDs. It's not, these DVDs
So
were
you're
free.
8 hours just to buy a DVD. Okay,
Yes.
there better be stuff I haven't seen before.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't wait in this line. Travis.
Yeah, it's fact for me because it's the amount of time. If it were half as much, I'm gonna read a book. I'm gonna stare at my phone. If somebody chats me up, I'll respond, but I'm not actively doing it. But there does come a point where 3, 4, 5 hours in, it's like I got to break up the monotony of staring at this book or whatever. And I'm gonna we're gonna break down where'd you come from, what are you here to see, what are you hoping to do.
This sucks.
That's a long time to be stuck with because I'm assuming you got people on both sides. They're not going anywhere either.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to chat them up.
Chris?
Yeah, I've waited in long lines before, so I would do it. And it's a good bit. It's a good story to remember, especially with your friends.
8 hours?
8 hours isn't that long.
What if you met
Yes,
the
it
love of
is.
your
That's
life in that line? Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you waiting 8 hours for?
I waited over 8 hours at the Reagan Library when he died in 2004.
Did you really?
With Andrew Ashwood and old friend Craig Sheetman. Remember that?
I do
think they
remember
have the
Craig
Dead Sea
Sheeman.
Scrolls right now.
Oh,
at the Reagan
see, I'd
Library.
wait for that. Yeah.
8 hours?
I'd wait for that. And,
No, we
Dead
were
Sea Scrolls?
Ted. We were waiting to see Reagan. in
No,
the tomb.
she said Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah, but I wouldn't wait 8 hours for the Dead Sea
Scrolls.
Scrolls.
You would wait 8 hours for that?
Remember that old animated movie from the 80s called Heavy Metal? Remember that? It was an animated movie called Heavy Metal.
I don't know that one.
It's like an R-rated animated movie, and they didn't release a lot of DVD. It was or VHS tapes. It was really hard to get.
Yeah.
And if you had one, if there was one there, I'd wait for that. And you couldn't even release the soundtrack. It's because there were so many people on it. You haven't seen this before?
No.
John Candy has a role in it. This is way, way, way back. You haven't seen Heavy Metal?
No.
Oh my God. Well, okay, yeah. That
have
I
it on
would wait
VHS?
for. I did. I found one. I found one, and I still have it.
Be kind, rewind.
Carnitas from Northgate Market, I would wait 8 hours for.
Ah,
but
sure.
other things, I'm not doing.
I'd wait 8 hours to do a podcast with Sliwa.
Factor Caps brought to you by the Law Office of Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices in your legal team, but family always comes first. Call 213-747-2000. That's the Law Office of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000 or normandlegal.com. Let's
Just
talk
in
about
case we forgot Chris was here.
the decline of
It's
Bill
a live
Belichick
imaging Tuesday, man.
on a lit Tuesday on 710 ESPN.
The first round series between the Kings and the Oilers is tied at 2. And now the series shifts back to LA for Game 5, where the Kings were victorious in Games 1 and 2.
Centering pass, score! Ogle to Brent Clark. It's another power play goal!
It's the Kings and the Oilers in a pivotal Game 5 in Los Angeles. Listen live at 7 on 710 ESPN and the new ESPN LA app.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the Personal Injury Law Offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Laker fans, meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. It's a natural, healthier alternative packed with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave, electrolytes, biotin, essential B vitamins, natural caffeine, and it's NSF Sports certified. It fights fatigue, sharpens focus, and supports your immune system. Grab the limited edition Lakers can and rep the team in style. Pro Baller Energy. Champions choose clean energy.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Cheria Moore. 10:47 on a live imaging Tuesday. The Travis and DeMarco show rolls on. I almost said with Clinton Yates, but he's not here right now. But Stevie is singing for you. Because we like to play the homeboy oldies, although today you're doing more of a Motown feel.
Yeah, I was feeling Motown this weekend. I was watching
Not so
my
much
car,
homeboy or homegirl. Yeah. Kings will play Game 5 tonight against the Oilers. Coverage begins at 6:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app with our friend Josh Schaefer, the whole mishpucha, our Kings telecast or broadcast.
Stinking Oilers.
Those scumbag stinking Oilers. Meanwhile, Cappy and I might bang phone calls for a half hour nonstop at 6 p.m. And I'm proud to wear this King shirt today because this is not the usual size I would have worn 6 months ago. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, it's a little more.
It's a size down.
Are you down in X?
Down in X.
There you go. I know the feeling.
And that El Cab shirt that Stephanie brought me from the golf course, that's an XL Peter Millar. And I almost said something. I just slid in that thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really
I got another X to go, probably. According to one cardiologist.
But that's okay.
He wants 50 more, I think.
50 more?
I don't think I can do that. I could probably do another 20.
DeMarco, do you want to tell people what you challenged me to?
Oh, burpees.
Yeah.
We're doing burpees. Our goal is what? 10 in 1 minute.
Yeah.
We're going to start with 5 in a minute.
I don't know if I can get to 10, but I can get there, but I certainly couldn't do it right now.
So 5 in a minute, then we're going to go 10 in a minute, and our goal is 110 minutes.
Yeah,
we can do it.
That's going to be hard.
We got a year. We're
But
going to
you
want to
go how much down?
50. I want to go back to 55.
So what are you now?
When was the last time you were 255 pounds?
About a year after wearing this jersey.
So
freshman year in college.
So you showed up at UW under 260 pounds?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I got to eat a
what,
lot.
What was it? What were you checking in at by the time you left?
Oh, 285.
Okay, that's not as much as I thought.
No, 285. I think when I was wearing this, I was like under 240. And I got to campus, I was like 250, 255.
What was the heaviest you ever played at?
About 290.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's after the knee surgery.
Yeah. Did you feel slow at that weight?
I hated it, bro.
Yeah.
That's when all these bums were blocking me.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I hate to say bums, but they were.
Yeah.
I just flat killed you like for 3 years, and now you're blocking me. I just couldn't move. Yeah,
so what are you at now?
I think I'm back to. I haven't been on a scale in.
I
3
got
months.
one in my room, in my office. If you
I'm
want.
afraid to. I don't want to get on that train again because you start to weigh yourself and you get depressed when you.
I
don't
have
see
to
the
weigh
numbers you
myself
like.
every morning.
Do you get sad when you see the number you don't like?
No, because it's always either flat or going down. When it goes up, that's bad for my condition for congestive heart failure.
Okay,
I have to weigh.
You know
and
what I
blood
mean.
pressure.
I know exactly
when I see
what you
a bad
mean.
number,
But you're walking tons, so it should be fine.
Can I make a suggestion?
Go ahead.
Don't do it every day.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it every day.
Do
Once
it
a week?
Once a week.
I do it once every other week.
I can do that.
I have to do it because of a medical condition, but you really should do it once a week at the same time every week.
If I'm going to do this, like I said, 55 by 55, 255 by 55, I'm going to have to weigh myself because I need
You need the feedback. You need to know where you are, to whether to push harder, whether to change the diet, restrict the diet, whatever it's going to be. But if you do it once every other week, it may sit flat and it may go even up, but then you're actually getting a real true number.
You know where
because
you are.
sometimes you can weigh yourself in the morning, the afternoon. It's 4 pounds different. It's all over the
I
map.
want the old school Detecto though. I want the big scale.
The one with the slider.
That's the
I got one of those.
The one in the doctor's office.
I got one. I travel with one now.
Do you?
For when I'm in the hotel or at 70's house, but I also have that big one.
Yeah.
That's in kilograms.
That's the
and
one.
that's
I
not
want.
it. That's not that joke.
You have the
that
one
is,
with the slider.
The
we
counterbalance.
needed it way back when in that house for when my grandmother was being taken care of.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
nice.
Because she was in a wheelchair and my uncle needed to get out.
But I will. I'll take that. Once a week is fine. That's what we used to do.
You can even do it less frequently because the week you could have a decent week and it's not going to move much. But if you have 2 decent weeks, it's going to move.
Okay.
And I weigh myself in the nude. Do you?
I would get
of course.
up. I would get
So
up at
it has
1
to be
in
the
morning.
same time.
But I keep my cross on.
Same time.
I don't go. I keep
same
the cross
clothing, whether it's naked or just with your shorts on or whatever. Just it has to be the same thing every time.
I say you go naked. You go naked.
I go naked, but
Yeah.
you know, we're older guys. We get up out of bed to do certain things in the bathroom. I would do it right after that.
I don't anymore.
That's what I'm saying. I'd become obsessed with it.
No.
Yeah.
Do it at the same time every time, and you'll get, whether it's post that or pre that, just do it the same way every time.
We'll do this with burpees. We'll have a weigh-in day. We'll match our weigh-in days. Today's our weigh-in day. How about that? There you go.
There you go. Okay. Mother's Day is right around the corner, and you need to make it out to Mercado Gonzalez Pronto Catering at Northgate. Tune into our show, Trav and DeMarco show this week, for a Mother's Day hint. When of course, you can get a Mother's Day platter, which includes pollo asado. That is a full tray. We had some of that yesterday. Did you get the thigh?
I did, and the leg. Oh,
come on, man!
Got leg and thigh.
Yeah, it's so good. Because here's the thing:
good Monday. Then
you could take that bone and just whoop right out, and then it's all thigh.
I didn't. Why are you looking at me? I didn't say anything.
You keep looking at me.
Cheese enchiladas, full tray. Mexican rice, half tray. Refried beans, half tray. Pistachio cake, and you need to be able to pick it up on Mother's Day. That's Sunday, May 11th at Mercado Gonzalez, right there in Costa Mesa. And even if it's not Mother's Day, you got family gatherings, corporate lunch, birthday party, any special occasion. Pronto Catering has breakfast, lunch, and dinner offerings. Pickup times really all day, starting at 7 in the morning, ending at 9 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. So head on over to Mercado Gonzalez and the website. Click the Pronto Catering tab to place your order, and they will see you at pickup.
I'm watching the little Get Up segment, and they have Kendrick Perkins said that Anthony Edwards may be a better basketball player than Luka Dončić. That could actually be true.
Yeah, it might.
That wouldn't be the end of the world.
He's definitely having a better series than Luka Dončić.
Yeah.
To watch him break off of double teams and to break Austin Reeves' ankles several times on Sunday was amazing to watch.
This is going to be hard to answer because you're down 3-1.
And his defense on LeBron was incredible in the second half.
But this would be hard to answer right now. You're down 3-1. Who would you rather have on your team? Anthony Edwards or Luka? Based on what you've just seen.
You're talking about for like the next 5-year kind of situation?
Or 1 year, whatever. Just
I think it matters. I think the answer may be different.
For this year, it'd be him. For long-term, Luka?
The longer the term, the more I would like Edwards, because Edwards has shown that he gets better and that he's in shape. And that he is willing, he is fiercely competitive. He wants to be one of the best of all time. And Luka's terrific. Luka's an incredible offensive player. He's a first-team All-NBA player. We all know all of these things. His refusal, and there's really, I don't know what else to call it, his reluctance maybe to get into that elite physical condition. Think about the best players we're talking about in the league. Giannis, LeBron, Curry, Edwards.
Yeah.
Like they're all pristine physical specimens, without exception. Jokic, just got it. He's not.
Not yet.
It's not as
Not yet.
He's been in the league a while, DeMarco, and the not yet gets less and less likely, and it's just no.
Well, to make the trade a win-win for the Lakers, he's going to have to, right? He can't be the same Luka he was in Dallas.
That's you with your mind. This has been the rub with him from his time he's gotten in, and it clearly has not been important to him.
If they lose the series,
just clearly has not.
If they lose the series, does Nico tweet?
I'm sure he does. Wouldn't you?
Not a chance. Not a chance.
I would.
Hell no.
I would send one up, one flare to see how it goes.
I'm going to sit here and just let this play out. I can only be right on this a while from now. I cannot be right in the short term. Didn't get to the playoffs.
You wouldn't send the googly eyes?
Nope.
Like
not a single thing. Not the big eyes, not the two eyes looking to the side. Nothing.
Right.
What about the Kermit drinking the tea?
A cigarette emoji, none of it. A ham sandwich, nothing. I'm not putting any
What
of
if
that
he just
in there.
tweeted, I'm going to go have a six-pack tonight?
Yeah. Well, if you just put up like the cigarette emoji and a piece of cake, then it's like, all right. But
but never underestimate spite as far as professional athletes.
Yeah, but
think about Bonds and McGuire.
Well, they took steroids.
Bonds became that guy because of that thing with McGuire.
Bonds was already fit.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm just out of spite. I became this.
I get it.
Yeah.
The idea that spite could play a role in this, I think, is fair and it's right. But if it's true, it's going to show up next year. That you traded me, well, watch this.
Right.
If he comes back next year looking like he looks this year, it's like, well, clearly Spite didn't light the fire.
One more question. Would you let Luka be your team captain?
Is LeBron still on the team?
Nope. Gone.
You have to.
You would let him be the captain?
I think you have to.
I think I'd bring in another one.
Well, it depends on who the other one is.
Let's just say, for instance, Giannis.
Somebody, I would have it be Giannis.
Somebody would be the barn boss.
I would have it be Giannis.
Now the Lakers are getting Giannis?
He's available maybe next year. We're just connecting
until
dots.
he demonstrates that he's willing to
JJ
do.
still the coach?
He's still the coach.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Until he demonstrates that he's willing to do everything, and that includes elite physical fitness. No, you don't get to be
Somebody
that guy.
else has to be that
unless
guy.
there's no look. Let's just say LeBron at the end of the season says, "I'm done. I don't want to play anymore." Okay, he's the captain by default because he's the best player, he's the biggest star, et cetera, et cetera. Got all those things, but he's not setting the best example.
Not at all.
Remember how Luka played against Dallas?
I wouldn't say not at all. I wouldn't say that. That's not fair.
Remember how he played against Dallas a few weeks ago?
Yes.
In Dallas, the crying game. You know,
Yes.
he had the tears. Imagine if he played like that every game.
Oh, man.
But he
I
is
think
capable.
that's the goal.
But he has to get in that kind of shape, and he has proven that he doesn't. That's the whole rub, as Travis said. He basically, Nico's first thing was he refuses to do that, and we all jumped on the Luka train when it was going right. He had been hurt, he was fresh, he wanted to prove something, and then it didn't go horribly wrong. It just wasn't elite.
It went back to the way that it was.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's
if he leads the Lakers in scoring and you lose 4-1.
Yeah, that's not perfection.
We're still out in the first round.
Yeah.
No. If he leads the Lakers in scoring and they're out 4-1, that's Nico going, I told you.
There's something that
he's not LeBron spending $1 million on his body every year. How about that?
How about at least $500,000?
Maybe $10.
How about when not overweight?
That's what I mean.
Not gassed at the end of games.
There's a long way between spending $1 million on your body and being overweight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stops on that train. A lot. And he's not. There's one part of this that we haven't mentioned. That's coming up next. It's Travis and DeMarco on a lit Tuesday on 710 ESPN.
I'm the captain now.
Pool season starts when I say so. So if wearing floaties to brunch is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
It's Oasis pool season for everyone. Grab a cabana and hit the lazy river at the best pool in SoCal.
Number 2.
Whether you're sinking threes or grand slamming it, just come for the pitchers of beer at Sideline Sports Bar.
And the number 1 reason.
Foghat, live May 22nd. Get tickets now.
Morongo, good times.
Hey, it's Mace. Mother's Day almost here. I've been thinking about my mom. She is the best. My mom has built a life with not stepdad Leo. She's working at the middle school in Palm Desert. She is active. She is happy. She is forever young. And this year, I'm sending happy flowers for a happy Mother's Day from the Bouqs Company. That's short for bouquets. I got you 25% off your order. Bouqs aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a volcano. You can even wow mom with a Bouqs Flowers subscription. She'll get fresh blooms on repeat. It's easy. I picked my bouquet and delivery date, and I'm already done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your aunt, your grandma, too. Look, guys, you can't forget Mother's Day is May 11th. Order your Bouqs now. Go to Bouqs.com. Use promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouqs. Promo code ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Motown. 11:01 on a live imaging Tuesday, the Travis and DeMarco Show. Temptations for a Tuesday. Then we play Yacht Rock on Mason, Ireland. The Greg Bergman Show, I mean. Then on the afternoon show, we'll just do OTDs on this days as we get ready for LA Kings hockey tonight. By the way, Dodgers, they went to extra innings with those Miami Marlins.
Yes,
Who's on the Miami Marlins now?
So it's funny you ask. Literally, it's funny that you ask. I was watching the game as it was started. You know, they reveal the starting lineup before the first pitch is thrown. And they're going through the Marlins players. Chris, I watch a lot of baseball.
A lot of baseball.
A lot of baseball. I didn't know one single player on their team.
Wow.
Not one. Not a single solitary guy in their starting
Mike Piazza's
lineup.
not on the Marlins
Mike
anymore?
Piazza, the only guy I knew on the Marlins was their manager, because their manager was the Dodger first base coach last season. That's it. And that you have a team that's spending roughly $400 million more than their opponent, and we're supposed to think that this is a competitive endeavor is ridiculous.
By the way,
it's ridiculous.
Why are the Devil Rays? I said Devil Rays, actually.
Yeah.
Why are the Rays like playing in like a college
The
stadium?
Hurricane demolished their stadium.
Okay. So that wasn't not a great question by me, but I was wondering.
Yeah, that's why. I forget the name.
But they
of
don't
the
have another
Hurricane.
stadium for them to play in?
No. It literally got knocked
It just
to the
doesn't
ground.
look great on TV.
It's a minor league ballpark.
It looks very minor league.
Baseball has 2 teams playing in minor league stadiums this year.
Wow.
Look, I love baseball. It's my favorite sport, and we're a little bit spoiled because we're here in LA.
We're a lot spoiled.
Where the team has a payroll that's astronomical. Where
And
we
it's
have
sold out every night.
ownership group that is deeply invested in spending money on the team. The ballpark experience at Dodger Stadium is an A+, other than the parking. That everything about it is awesome. And we're like, hey, baseball is great. You look around, not really. ESPN just basically pulled the ripcord on covering baseball. You've got regional networks that the backbone of a lot of these were baseball that have gone bankrupt, and the league has had to take over. 2 teams playing in minor league stadiums. You've got a $400 million differential between 2 teams in the same sport. That's absurd. The Colorado Rockies are on pace to lose 139 games.
It's not good, Jack.
130. The worst
You're only
season
playing
ever
162, right?
was last year.
Oh,
the
man.
Chicago Cubs lost 123. Worst ever. The Rockies are on pace to lose 139. That's 16 more than the worst ever.
Is that 23 and 139?
It's 23 and 139.
Jeez.
The Chicago White Sox are on schedule to lose 120 games for the second year in a row.
Wow.
This is like, I get it. I love the Dodgers. I like watching it. I like when they play the Yankees and the Braves and the Phillies and the Cubs and some of these other teams that are competitive.
How can you be that bad? That has to be by design, right?
The Rockies have basically said, we're not even going to bother putting a major league caliber team on the field. We're just going to.
To what end? Just to make money or to move the team or what?
You're asking you're asking exactly the right question.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what the answer is.
Spend
I have
the
no
least
idea.
amount of money to get the most return, and there's no salary.
Who would pay to go watch that?
Nobody.
There's no salary cap, and there's no salary floor, and this is what we get.
It's
you
true.
Get teams
It's very
that
true,
spend
actually.
what the Dodgers spend, and you get the teams that spend what the Marlins spend. Like, look at soccer.
But how do you make money without selling tickets? What am I missing?
Well, there's TV deals.
There's
TV
collected. There's communal money.
Money from
the
the league.
national TV money is distributed evenly. A lot of the merch and stuff is distributed. Like in ballpark revenue is yours. This is why Ohtani is an ATM machine.
Yeah.
That every time you see a Japanese ad, all that money goes straight to the Dodgers. They don't share it with the Padres or the Giants or any of that
There's
stuff.
also the Cohen tax, right? So
Yes.
the spending above these thresholds will then get spread to these other teams. So, you don't have to do anything.
I can buy into Major League Baseball, field a loser every year, and still make money.
It's a landlord
Yes.
that doesn't
Wow.
want to
Yes.
update the house that they're renting
The
out.
A's, who are now playing in Sacramento in a minor league ballpark, they, for the first time in about 15 years, spent a little money on some players.
Okay.
And it was because the speculation is that baseball went and said, dude, you can't do this anymore. Like, you're leaving a city, you're trying to go to a city that may or may not even want you in Las Vegas. You've clearly, people are onto it, for lack of a better word. Everybody knows you don't care. This is stupid. You have to spend some money. The Rockies haven't hit that point yet, but
It sounds like
that
government
Marlins
assistance.
game last night that you brought up, Chris,
Crazy.
was a joke. And I know it went to extra innings, and I know that the Dodgers got a little lucky to walk it off the way that they did. It's a joke that those two teams are in the same league competing for the same thing. It is ridiculous.
You're selling W's, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a landlord that doesn't want to update their building because they don't have to.
And the rents keep going up.
The rent keeps going up because people don't want to move, they don't want to leave, and they're still going to make this passive income from having this building.
And here's what it's going to be. It's going to be an ESPN Plus product because they've got Major League Baseball has nowhere to go. Nobody's watching MLB Network. FS1, not really. And they will now have to, because ESPN basically said, see ya, we don't want this deal anymore, MLB is going to have to beg much like the NHL did a few years ago when they screwed it all up. Now the NHL's got huge coverage, is on a Turner deal and an ESPN deal. That's what baseball's going to have to do. Is every game will be on ESPN Plus, and especially as we get away from the RSNs, and the RSNs have no money. The RSN destroyed baseball because they had so much money that you could basically be Artie Moreno. You had great players, but it didn't matter because you got all that money coming in. That money is drying up. RSNs are bankrupt. So now you're not going to get those TV deals over the next 10 years. You're going to have to figure it out. So losing on purpose isn't going to really work for you.
So eventually you're going to have to do some work and put a good baseball
you would
team
think
out to make
you're going
money.
to have to change the economics of it to some degree. You're going to have to make the bottom come up, and you're going to have to try to at least make – and I think basketball is a reasonably good example of this, that you're going to penalize people to such a degree that going over it becomes, I'm not going to do it. Now, maybe there is a Steve Cohen says, I don't give a damn. I'll pay whatever the penalty is, whatever the tax is, whatever the threshold is, I'm going to do it anyway. But you've created this environment where baseball has maybe 8 or 10 teams that have a real chance of winning the World Series. It means you got 20 or 22 that have no shot.
You're
That's
going to
just
break
bad
the union
for business.
because they're not going to. The players' union will not allow a salary cap or a salary floor.
They never have.
You'll never.
They haven't.
Well, they'd be okay with a salary floor. They just don't want the ceiling.
A cap.
Yeah.
There'd be no billion-dollar players. You wouldn't have the Dodgers if you had a cap.
And Emily mentioned soccer. In this country now, are there a lot of little kids because of the cost of it? I remember we had Dodger season tickets that we split with another family, but we still went to a lot of Angel games because it was close by. On a Sunday morning, my dad would say, "You want to go to the Angel game?" And he made good money. It's not like we were hurting at that time, but buying $9 terrace seats and sitting within the first baseline was a great experience as a kid. And you bought a couple of hot dogs and whatever, and it was a $50 day, let's just say.
Right.
That's gone now.
That is gone.
So
for
are
the
the
most
kids,
part.
if you're investing your money, are you taking your kids to an LAFC game, or maybe you're a fan of one of the European teams, or you take them to a baseball game where the product is bad, it's really expensive, and you can only do it once a year to see bad product.
Well,
FC.
By
that,
that's
FC,
mostly
yeah.
right. The problem is, I don't think that where the prices are really high, the product is bad. Like for instance, the Dodgers prices are astronomical, and what you're talking about, Chris, to be able to go take your kids, sit in the top deck or sit in the pavilion, and you could get in and out of there all done, buy some hot dogs, go have a nice day, and you're out of there for way less than $100.
Right.
Way less.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that we can make that work. That still exists. It just doesn't exist here. And if they were just taking all this money and sticking it in their pocket, and the ballpark sucked, and the team sucked, and you didn't have an unbelievable draw in Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani and these other guys, then it would be like, hey, what the hell's going on here? The problem is they're putting the best product available every night. They're rolling out the red carpet as far as a ballpark experience goes. They are putting money back into the team, into player development, into all these things to keep this thing rolling. It's hard to get mad at that. Down the road, the Angels are starting games at 6:39 in the afternoon, so they can technically call it a getaway day, but they can still sell night games, get more people. You're going to get more people at a 6:30 game than you are at a 1:30 game, and it's just done to squeeze a few hundred or a few thousand more ticket sales at the detriment of your players. The product sucks. All the players in the league, they're going to talk about, how would I go there, man? Look at the Mickey Mouse garbage that they're doing over there. This team, does it cost you an arm and a leg to go to a game? It does. What are you going to see? The very best players in the world in a ballpark that's awesome.
But if I can't afford to get there,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's not. There's no perfect, but at least they're putting the money back on the field.
If I only had one Dodger game to go to, I'd be happy. As long as I got to see Ohtani and Betts, I'd be okay. Like, we get one game a year. This is all we can afford. It's a great product. But I wouldn't spend a bunch of money to go watch a bad product.
No.
I'd go do
now,
something else.
you can still go to an Angel game for a relatively, but again, like Morales said, okay, I can get in. It's cheap. That team stinks, and they've been lousy for a long time, and they're doing Mickey Mouse garbage, and it's just like, okay, am I trying to just, if I want to go cheap, I'll go watch UC Irvine or Fullerton.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Like the 8-year-old
or
kid,
save up your money and go to a different experience.
Right.
LAFC is now in town.
Correct.
You have different experience, or Galaxy even. You have different experiences now. It's no longer Dodgers or Angels or Rams Raiders. I'm talking about in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
The reason we didn't go to a lot of Raiders games is because My parents thought it was dangerous, so we had Rams tickets.
Right.
And the Rams were at Angel Stadium, so it was fine.
Yes,
right?
until we played the Raiders.
Exactly.
Right.
No, I wasn't allowed to go to those games either. We just sold those tickets.
So the reason I brought up soccer was not only because the LAFC is a great place to go and send your family, but also because it's an example of a sport without a salary cap. It's a sport in which any amount of money basically can be funneled into the sport, and it's huge. But it also has teams that with a little bit of money that can get up. And the reason why it doesn't have these teams that are tanking out is because it has relegation.
Right.
You have to put money into this so you don't fall out of the Premier League, so you don't go to the Championship League.
Right. And you fall out of all the things that come along with being in the Premier League.
Exactly. And so if baseball instituted something like a relegation, it will never happen.
I hear what you're saying, Em.
That would be good.
It's a non-starter. It's like peeling back games in the NBA season. Well, what would help the season? What if we played 70 games instead of 82? Everybody's like, yeah, that would work. Would you do it? Never.
No.
Right. The problem with it is the players' union is one of the strongest unions in America. So it doesn't.
Yeah, you won't break them.
There's no reason for them to break them.
Yeah.
Because they're all making a lot of money.
Right.
But if you cut the line, like 15 teams in the major league and 15 teams in the minor league.
Now, that might change as owners don't get that TV money over the next 10, 15 years. It may change.
Somebody that is, look, you I think used a really good example. Yeah. Hockey was on ESPN, and I know it existed before it was on ESPN, but when it was on ESPN and they had Sunday Night Hockey, it became a thing.
Yeah.
And people that were not hockey fans started to watch hockey and become hockey fans. And then hockey said, we're not going to be here anymore. And they go to Versus originally, the Outdoor Life Network, or OLN. It was a disaster, and there's just crickets everywhere.
Nobody watched.
Now that they're back at ESPN, and not just because we all work here, but if you're on there, it's the same reason TGL, the reason it worked is because it was on ESPN, and people go to ESPN. If you bury it somewhere else, no one's going to see it, and it's going to die on the vine. Baseball needs to land somewhere where people will see it. That could be Plus. That could be a negotiation with ESPN where they got to change their price point a little bit. It could be Turner. It could be TBS, to where instead of them doing basketball, 2 nights a week, we're doing baseball. Look, cut a couple of Charmed reruns and or Beastmaster, or re-racks and play some Dodgers and Giants games. Maybe get some people to come through there. But
juice the baseball.
Well,
but again, they'll tweak the game as much as you can. But if my juiced guys are way better than your juiced guys, it doesn't really matter.
Not juice players, juice the ball.
Yeah,
a
they would
bit.
never juice the players. That would never
the players
happen.
Come on, man.
Yeah. All right, that's my baseball soapbox for the
Love
day. The draft is done. We talked a lot about the Rams. What about the other team in town here? What? What? Huh? That's next. Trav and Demarco on a lit Tuesday on 710 ESPN.
The first round series between the Kings and the Oilers is tied at 2. And now the series shifts back to LA for Game 5, where the Kings were victorious in Games 1 and 2.
Centering pass, score! Ogle to Brent Clark. It's another power play goal!
It's the Kings and the Oilers in a pivotal Game 5 in Los Angeles. Listen live at 7 on 710 ESPN and the new ESPN LA app.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
What? All the budget has to be used now? And we can use all the media buy?
Javier's marketing firm just got its dream funding.
Okay, ideas. Bobbleheads? No. T-shirt cannon? I seriously need some help here.
He needs to find marketing managers who are worth every dollar.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsoring a job on Indeed gives it a visibility boost, so you can hire faster. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, Demarco likes that. Oh, I thought you were doing the thing like this.
Yes.
11:17
left hand.
on a live imaging Tuesday.
Go ahead.
This isn't the original, though.
No, this song has been redone like, I don't know,
Who's
a
on
million
this one?
times. Who is this?
Who is this?
Oh, greatest hits. I don't know.
But greatest hits of what?
Of Motown. Motown's greatest hits. So.
This isn't the Isley Brothers.
This is not the Isley Brothers.
But that's okay. We still enjoy it.
I bought this one at the top, me, man. Come on.
Travis and DeMarco Show. Producer and producer Jorge as we get ready for the Greg Bergman Show at noon. What? Kings, Oilers 2-2. Series is tied. Game 5 tonight. You'll hear it starting at 6:30 p.m. after the Sedano. No, actually, it's going to be probably Cappy and Morales when we bang calls for a half hour. Sedano won't hang around. Maybe he will. But Kings Oilers, it gets rolling at 6:30 p.m. with Josh Schaefer, the pregame show. You can hear it on 710 ESPN and in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Go, Kings, go. A must-win, you might say. By the way, are we going to do Angels trivia for the Kings tickets?
We could, I guess. It's up to you.
Was Wally Joyner ever a hockey player? I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never heard
Thank
that.
you, DeMarco. I appreciate the input there. Anyway, we'll figure it out before 12
Wally
o'clock.
Joyner's a hockey player?
Oh, no, I got it. There's a
No.
baseball Hall of Famer that was drafted by the LA Kings.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
877-710-ESPN. Caller number 7, if you have the answer and you could tell us on the air,
Randy
you
Savage.
might win Kings tickets. I'm not saying you're going to win Kings tickets. You might.
Yeah, caller
Will
number
they?
7
I
is
would
the
like to
call.
know the answer to this.
Yeah, I want to know the answer now,
Me too.
Tom Glavine.
No, you
Tom
just said it.
Glavine,
I
no
just listened to the
way.
content.
Oh,
well,
thank
caller
you.
number 7. Caller number 7 will work.
Forget what we said.
Yeah.
Okay,
Caller
no.
number
He's on
7.
hold right
Now
now.
you need another question.
You
now.
have to give it to him, the first caller now.
All right,
you
let
give
me
it to
take-
him.
Are
hold
we
on.
doing trivia?
Do they
Okay.
need to be?
I guess now we are.
Does it have to be hockey related or baseball related?
I don't know.
All right, give me.
Oh, the phone line's lit up. You messed
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
Yeah, I had another idea.
Yeah, what are you going to do? I thought it was caller number 7.
Oh, my God.
It should be.
Well,
It was.
Like now you've put us in a bit of a pickle.
Yes.
I don't think I have.
No, yeah, actually you have.
How?
Well, now we got to give him to caller 7.
Well, that's what we always do.
Yeah, but we need to ask a trivia question.
Well, just give it to caller
But
7.
caller number 7.
So I started the
Yeah.
pickle by soliciting.
Yeah.
No pun intended. And then you did it. You said the answer.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. It can't be the same question, does it?
How about let's just
It can't be.
do it another time.
No, we can't do that at this point. So, caller 7, if you have the answer that Travis just said, give it to us, and you'll win.
All right,
Travis just said.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a good little nugget.
That is.
Yeah.
That's the answer,
Good
actually.
nugget. He grew up in
Wow.
Beantown.
I thought Tom Glavine
Town.
played for the Braves.
He did. And the Mets. And could have played for the Kings had he decided to pursue hockey.
He kind of looks like a hockey player.
He grew up in Boston.
Did he really?
Yeah. Bostonian.
Then he can play.
Yeah.
If you grew up in Boston, that's part of it. Yeah.
Let's try Gilbert in Montebello.
Gilbert, what's going on, homeboy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Would you like to ask, Chris?
You got the answer for what Travis just asked?
Can you ask it? I didn't hear it.
Go ahead.
There's a baseball Hall of Fame pitcher who was drafted by the Los Angeles Kings.
Man, is it Roger Clemens?
It's not Roger Clemens.
It's not Roger Clemens. Wow, that actually worked out
pretty good. Yeah. There you
All right,
go.
so would you like me to get more callers?
I
or
guess,
are we
yeah.
done with
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Then I'll line up some more callers.
Radio trivia on the radio.
It is a Kings playoff ticket giveaway on 710. Listen today for your chance to win tickets to tonight's game at Crypto.com Arena for Game 5 against the Oilers. Yes.
So
indeed.
after I solicited, he must have just called him and then wasn't listening.
And wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Okay. The next caller will get it. They heard it.
You would think.
Yeah,
You hope
probably.
so.
Probably.
Braves
I thought the first
legendary left-hander.
Wow.
Will you stop?
Did not
saying.
know.
We're trying to make it interesting.
Should we try, Emily? Should we try another one? Hold on.
Let's go to another call.
All right, which one do you want?
Go to the first one.
Go to the first one. Juan?
Oh, Mark in Ontario. I think it's on the screen.
Mark in
there
Ontario,
it is.
what's going
Mark
on?
in Ontario.
How you doing, homeboy?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
What do you got, Mark?
What's up?
Come on, Mark. What did Travis
What's
say?
the
What was the
question?
answer?
What was the question?
The question.
I got in my
Mark.
truck and I heard a sports trivia.
So the question is, there is a Major League Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher that was also drafted by the Los Angeles Kings of the NHL. And I said the answer
Well, the
twice.
doesn't sound good, Mark, so I think we're going to move on, brother.
Okay. Should we go to JT?
Let's go to JT.
JT, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
JT, do you have the answer?
Absolutely not.
Okay, JT. All right, thanks, buddy. Wow.
Do I need to say the answer
but
again?
here's
I literally just
Here's
said
the
it.
amazing part about this is you had to be listening to call in.
Right.
But then you didn't hear the answer.
Right.
That's amazing. I've never been through this before.
I have a theory.
We're making a different type of history now.
I have a theory. Let's go to Long Beach. Jesse, you get the next crack at the answer that I already gave you. Jesse, what is the answer to the question? A Hall of Fame left-handed pitcher
And can
who
you
was
go to the
also
Kings
drafted by the Los Angeles Kings.
What's up, guys? Tom Glavine?
Good job.
Did you know it or hear it?
I heard it. I heard it.
You heard
Jesse,
it.
can you go to the
Jesse.
Can you go to the Kings game tonight?
Absolutely.
Oh, beautiful. Who are you going to
Go
take to
Kings,
the
go.
game?
You
Go
want to take
Kings,
me?
go. Yeah.
You want to take me?
My brother.
Who do you say?
His brother.
Oh,
His brother.
beautiful.
My brother.
Okay.
Take your hermano and have fun tonight at Crypto.com
And stay
Arena.
on hold. so
Stay
you
on
hear
hold,
from-
Jesse.
There you
Evan's
go.
going to get your information.
Good
Yes,
job,
the
Jesse.
correct answer is Tom
That went
Glavine.
pretty good.
Tom
Yeah.
Glavine.
Yeah, Tom Glavine.
That was an interesting way to do a
That
contest.
was.
So, see, no pickle.
No
We're
pickle at all.
pickleless.
Well, no, I still pickled.
Yeah.
Do you know who Jack Besh is?
Does not ring a bell.
Yeah. Wasn't he just drafted?
He was just drafted. That was the Raiders' second-round pick.
There were reports that day that might have been the Rams pick.
Yeah. I did not know much about him until draft day, but that's who Pete Carroll's like. Man, they went all in on offense. Pete Carroll's really
He
trying
was
to help his
smacking
son.
on that gum in the war room.
He's trying to help his
He'll
son
chew
out.
some gum.
Oh, he was chewing away. You saw him running around?
Pete Carroll's son is the run game coordinator for the Raiders.
Okay.
That's probably why they picked Ashton Genty. Let's give
Ashton
him.
Genty's pretty darn good.
But there
Yes,
were some
he
other
is.
backs
Yeah,
you could have
he
gotten
is
later.
good.
I mean,
as good as Genty?
Maybe not. The drop off isn't as far as you think.
I'm going to throw something at you.
Yeah, go ahead.
This when we were out at Legends Attic on Thursday, Kirk was doing the show. He said that he's getting Saquon sort of vibes from Genty. Is that
Who said that?
Kirk.
Okay. I can see that. Big squat, short, squatty,
Just
big
that
legs.
he could have an impact similar to the impact that Saquon has when everything's going well. Having a back that's special like Saquon, that Genty fills that category.
I believe it. If you commit to the run game, it's possible. And Pete Carroll's a dude that loves to run the football.
We saw what he did with Lynch.
Absolutely. It's definitely possible. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad pick, but that's his son is the run game coordinator. Why not give him the best back in the draft? And there it is. And then you have Besh, who's their second-round pick. He's going to start right away. Dante Thornton is another guy they drafted in the fourth round. They really loaded up on offense. I like their offensive line picks. Overall, what would you give the Raiders as far as a B?
So here's the thing. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think it's
trying to
fair.
avoid the question.
Yeah.
I don't know, and neither does anybody else.
I'd give them a B.
Until these guys play in the NFL, nobody knows anything.
I give the Rams an A simply how they bamboozled the Falcons on night one.
Oh my God! I can't believe they gave up a first rounder next year for that. I mean, that's their
if
guy.
The
That's
first
who they
round,
wanted.
let's say I
Yeah.
forget the guy that the Falcons took. Who did they take?
Go ahead.
Let's say
Let me
that
get
guy
to it.
turns out to be a really good player,
right?
And the guy that the Rams take with the Falcons next year turns out to be not a very good player. Then that's my point. These things are impossible to evaluate until they get on the field. James Pierce. Until they get on the
Rams
field
got
and
a
play.
first-round pick next year.
I understand that, but how many first-round picks flame out? A lot.
A ton.
A lot.
But there's a good chance the Falcons are not that great, so maybe the pick is very high up there.
And those guys flame out relatively frequently. That's my point. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to not work, but I'm not saying it's guaranteed. Nobody knows.
I thought the Raiders had a pretty good draft. Now, it's not worth like they call it the Matt Millen Award, where you just screwed up the entire draft. They didn't do
Poor
that.
Matt Millen, he did screw up
They
the
didn't
entire
do
draft.
that.
I think that is something you can look at and say, okay, they took guys that would have gone way later in the draft.
Yeah.
They like the Raiders a few years ago where they took the guy with the second overall pick that they're like, that guy might have gone in the second round.
Right.
There are those, but as far as, we think that guy's going to be a good player, okay, let's find out.
Do we think Tom Brady had anything to do with the draft, or is this all a Pete Carroll thing?
I think it's all Pete Carroll. I thought the craziest move, not the craziest, but the one that kind of dictated their draft was when you signed Geno Smith as your quarterback.
Right.
That just took you out of the mix. So you're going all in on Geno, and then you go out and get the best running back in the draft. You can't say that's a horrible draft.
No, I don't
that's
think,
a pretty good start.
I don't think it took him out of the mix because once Shedeur didn't go in the first round, I felt on Friday we were waiting for those Raiders picks because it seemed like maybe they'll take him just because Geno's not your 10-year plan. He's your 3-year plan.
I want to go back to what you asked a second ago about Brady and his involvement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he's deeply involved.
You do.
Because I think Tom Brady, the reason, and I'm with you, DeMarco, the reason Pete Carroll is here is because of Brady.
Okay.
So what's the one thing that's changed between what the Raiders have done for the last 10 years or so and what they've done in the last 6 months? Tom Brady's involvement. That's really the only major change. Well, they went and hired a competent NFL quarterback in Geno Smith. That is he going to the Hall of Fame? No. Is he a real NFL quarterback?
Yes.
Check the box. NFL head coach. They've had a series of bad decisions at that spot.
One of the best ever.
Pete Carroll is a competent NFL head coach who will come in and set the bar. They went and picked a player that is going to be a good player, far more likely than not, in Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
So it's just a basic level of competence that all coincides with Brady's arrival because he's put people in charge that are competent as well.
But the only point I agree. The only point I was trying to make is Geno Smith, he's there now. If he's not, you're starting the season with Aiden O'Connell. Now you're the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
We need a guy to be our signal caller no matter who we draft. So Geno Smith changed everything. Now you have, I guess, some equity, some leeway that we can draft the best running back.
Let's walk before we run thing too. Let's
let's
not,
run before we throw.
Let's not be a joke.
Yeah.
Can we just have some sort of basic functionality in this league before we start talking about going to the Super Bowl? Like, let's just be okay.
Let's be credible.
Let's be competent.
Let's
I use
get
this
back to zero.
on Locked On Rams podcast. I use the word all the time.
What's that?
Competent.
Competent.
Sean McVay is highly competent.
Big
Les
time.
Snead is highly competent. They have guys that know what to do. That's not true of other places.
True. And I would say this will be the last time in the Pete Carroll Raider coach era that he'll go all in on offense. From now on, you better
Wouldn't be
believe
surprised.
he's going to load up on his defense from here on out.
By the way, when Tomlin didn't take Shedeur at 21, you knew the drop was in. Because
What does that tell you? Regardless of how you feel about Mike Tomlin, if Mike Tomlin passes on you, what do you think that means?
at that position, no less, when they needed somebody
when they
at that
need
position.
someone.
Right.
But they also took Kenny Pickett, and he was pretty terrible. So.
I was, but
I think that's why they didn't do it again.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, we're
They
gun
felt
shy.
he was the same type of guy.
Right,
but
we're
you knew
gun
the
shy.
drop was about to be hard when that moment happened.
Yeah. If he passes, then that tells you
I
a lot.
enjoy-
But then the Browns passed on him twice in 2 picks
By the way,
at the beginning
the
of the
only
second
reason I
round.
think they took him eventually is because they were feeling the pressure from the fan base because of Lindsay is in a group thread our afternoon show, and it kept being like they didn't take him again. I think that was a feeling in Cleveland of why aren't you taking him? And I think they finally did. Or else he would have dropped even further.
The explanation is, I think, the most obvious and reasonable one. He wasn't very good. As the evaluators, like, he just doesn't check enough of the boxes for us to use a high pick on him. And all of the stuff that's going to come along with having him here for a guy that might not be a starter on his very best day. No thanks.
Right.
It's those two things together.
Absolutely.
It
Your
is a
interviews were bad,
mediocre talent
and you didn't compete.
with wild, crazy, over-the-top attention, baggage, nonsense, noise. No thanks. That's
if
not
the
complicated.
Browns don't take him, I think he might fall out of the draft completely.
Wow.
Do you see where the CFL? I don't know how the
Yes.
CFL works, but they're like, "Hey, we'll talk to you."
So they
that's
get-
the CFL.
That
Yeah,
one
we'll
team
take him.
bought his rights, basically,
Yeah.
to where if he
Yeah.
decides to play there, he has to play for them.
Remember, that's where Rocket went first.
Look, it's
Right.
not now for different reasons, but guys like Warren Moon went to the CFL.
Yeah.
Joe Theismann went to this. Like, guys have gone through that
It's
league.
an
and
option.
Doug Flutie went to the CFL.
They hate
Flutie
you. We'll love
Flakes.
you. Yeah.
Flutie Flakes. What was that?
It was for his kid.
Frosted Flakes.
Was it Frosted Flakes?
It's all the same. I have
Okay.
a box of Marshall Flakes. It's
Frosted
the same
Flakes?
as Fruity Flakes. Yeah, they just changed the box.
Pretty
What
good.
did Marshall Flakes benefit?
It's after we won the Super Bowl. This is when he was MVP.
Because Foodie Flakes benefited his child,
I think they sold it to other teams
Oh,
after
okay.
that. Yeah.
The best athlete promoted food item was the Reggie bar.
Oh my
what about
God!
Shakaroni?
I have not had the Shakaroni pizza.
I obviously haven't had it yet, or I can't. But the Shakaroni is an amazing advertising
I've ordered
concept.
It's great.
Is it?
Is that the little? What is it? What does he own?
Papa John's.
Papa John's.
They still got the
Macaroni.
dipping sauce over at Papa John's?
Yeah.
Oh,
they do.
beautiful.
Yeah.
The Reggie bar was so good.
I can remember the commercials.
The
so
Reggie
good.
bar was, and it was shaped like
Little
a
patty.
hockey puck.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Oh my
Can't
God,
beat
so
that. I want to talk about Bill Belichick and him being hijacked by his girlfriend. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco on a lit Tuesday on 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Shohei had his baby, so if I was UCLA, I'm dead serious about this.
Right.
I would offer Shohei's baby a full athletic scholarship right now.
Just for the PR?
You don't even know he's going to be good at because his wife is a basketball player. So it doesn't matter
We
just
won't
here.
even specify the sport.
Right.
Here's a full ride.
Yeah.
It's yours if you want it.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey, it's Mace, and there's no better place to watch sports than Cosm. The Cosm Dome has got massive high-resolution display. It creates the ultimate immersive experience with a massive wraparound screen that throws you in the middle of the action. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall exciting pro and college games. Catch all the heart-pounding excitement of both the NBA and NHL playoffs. Secure your tickets now at Cosm. That's COSM.com and experience the game like never before. Cosm.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
11:35 in the Southland.
Tell me a secret.
It's a lit Tuesday. We got some oldies that are wonderful.
Yeah, but I don't know if you could talk up Quincy. All due respect.
I can't.
No,
you
she
got to
hit
have
the
a
post
little.
in the beginning. She hit the post in the beginning.
I don't doubt that you get at the post, but you got to have that sort of saucy and smooth thing. You got to be able to say DeMarco Farr's in a crop top, and we're waiting for Maurice Jones-Drew to wake up.
There we go.
Pull back the black curtains and say, "Good morning, baby.
Do you remember the name of this album?
I don't.
We're not going to talk about that.
Why?
I was trying to quote Jordan Hudson in the interview with Bill Belichick.
Back on the block.
Oh, Back on the Block.
Back
You're
on the
right.
block, Quincy Jones.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a deep pull.
Yeah. I remember this whole album. This was great. And you're right. Everything you said about this song is very accurate.
We're going to renew your contract just based on that now. The fact that you had that pull.
And then the cover had a picture of him and his hand on his chest. He's standing. No, I'm serious.
It is. He's right.
No, you're right. I know.
And then he's standing with a suit on. And then in the corner, there's another picture of him. Yeah, I remember.
Quincy was smooth.
Great album, right? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Quincy had them all, by the way, back in the day. You know, You can read a book about all the Motown girls that were with Quincy.
Wow. Wow.
You got Rashida Jones because of Quincy.
Yeah.
Retired
Love
cop.
Rashida Jones.
11:30. Trav, you got more Kings trivia, or what do you want to do?
I used up all my Kings / Tom Glavine knowledge with the one question.
I don't want to get out of here, but without mentioning the Chargers.
You're not going anywhere. We still got a lot of show left.
But I think the Chargers had a pretty good draft as well. I think Harbaugh'd. You can tell what type of team he's trying. He's trying to build Michigan down here. He's going to beef up on both sides of the line. He's going to run the football at you. I think the Chargers are building in the right way. Soon you'll forget, if you haven't already, about the coach he took over for. Have you brought up Brandon Staley's name once since Harbaugh took over?
No, but that has nothing to do with Harbaugh. It has everything to do with Staley. Was a clown.
I mean, remember how we used to talk about the Chargers? They're going to Charger. I don't think
they did, by the way.
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
Well, Herbert did. Herbert didn't show up.
Well, look, we could put it on this guy's ticket or that guy's ticket.
That wasn't Chargering.
The Chargers,
that was him.
The Chargers went in like, hey, they're pretty good. No, they're not.
That doesn't qualify as Chargering.
Sure it does. Sure it does.
Come on. He didn't show up.
They took a different path to the Chargering.
It still winds up Chargering.
It comes in many forms.
They had a game that they probably should have won, and they did not.
This is true, but I like what they did. I think
they're on the right path, too. I'm a Jim Harbaugh fan.
And they took Hampton 2 picks. I think they're going to wind up, and I think you're going to have to build that way in that division anyway, because I don't think you're going to win many quarterback duels.
With Herbert?
Yeah, with Herbert versus Kansas City to win that division.
Not if you gets in the last guy with the ball. No,
right, and Bo Nix is building in Denver. We'll see what Peyton can do with him.
That division's a monster.
It is.
That division has 3. Well, let me go back. 4 really good coaches.
Yes,
like all 4 of those guys: Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh, Andy Reid,
all going to the Hall of
Pete
Fame.
Carroll.
Yeah.
If Jim Harbaugh wins a Super Bowl, he probably does go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
I agree. Those other guys, I think, are already in there. Patrick Mahomes is already on the short list of great quarterbacks ever. Bo Nix, we'll see, but he's got a really good coach and a really good team.
I kind of trust Peyton to build with a credible quarterback.
Yes.
I think Bo Nix is credible.
Quarterback.
Competent, yes.
I agree with you. That whole division, all of a sudden, Justin Herbert is like, you're not the golden child in this mix anymore. Like it was because they finally found somebody that he's good, but is he special?
I don't think you can outduel quarterbacks.
No,
I think you're going to have to run the ball to beat Kansas City, and that's what the Raiders and the Chargers are building to keep Mahomes on the bench. That's the best way to beat him.
Think about it like this: if you had to just come down to somebody needs to catch a break, who's going to catch the break? Kansas City or the Chargers?
Kansas City's going to catch the break.
Of course they are.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10.
Of course they are,
Maybe
because
10
that's
out of
what
10.
they do.
This is what
good
they
teams
do.
Put themselves in a position to catch breaks.
Correct.
And unlucky, bad, nervous, tight.
Yeah.
All those teams don't catch breaks.
But in that division, I think every coach, like you said, is very competent, very good, and last possession wins. But to beat Kansas City, I still think you got to keep them on the bench, and that's just not building up your defense.
Yeah.
That your offense has to stay on it. So that seems to be. So the Chargers, I don't count it as chargering.
You can call it whatever you want. We all saw it.
Herbert just didn't play that well in that situation, but I think Harbaugh gets over it.
Sure. Yeah, if that's the hill you want to die on.
I'm trying.
Be my guest. Be my guest. What's up with Bill Belichick? We talked about his interview on CBS Sunday Morning where his girlfriend interjected and said, we're not talking about that, and he just kind of sat there. TMZ is reporting that she interjected multiple times. There was one point where she walked out of the interview, causing a 30-minute delay, that she was correcting him on football-related matters, and that the University of North Carolina thinks that there might be a problem in some of this.
You think?
This is escalated so fast from oh, look, old man has a young girlfriend, isn't, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, to, wow,
let's check on him.
Bill Belichick's really doing some stuff that's out of character. He's taking some beach yoga pictures that's just like not on your craziest day.
Let's check on Bill.
To, hey, does somebody need to go do an intervention?
You know, what's so funny is her whole point was in that interview, we're not going there. It made me interested in how they met. I could care less
I think we know how they met now.
How?
Yeah.
I'm dying to know the answer. Like, why did you cut that off?
Especially
What's
when
the
they've
big
already
deal?
talked about it. They've already said they met on a plane while she was reading philosophy.
Can I
They talked about
speculate?
philosophy.
Is that easy to like disprove or something?
Well, there you go. I think you're asking the right question.
okay.
I don't know the answer to your question, but I just want to speculate for a second.
Okay.
If I have told a story, okay, I met this person at the grocery store, okay, and then somebody else says to me privately, I know you didn't because I know exactly how you met her. It's XYZ. And I know that that's the truth.
And the truth is a little scandalous.
And then somebody else asks,
Exotic dancer?
somebody else
No?
asks
Okay.
later,
Yeah.
hey, how did you meet? At that point, I'm saying, I'm not talking about that because now I'm boxed in.
Okay, that sounds familiar about guys who meet girls in clubs. And like, how did you guys meet? And they jump for a minute. We met online. We met this. And you find out later, wait, she was actually a dancer.
I have no idea how they met.
Remember in Succession when they ask Alan Ruck how he met the woman he was with? And they go, online. But there was something else.
There was something else there? Okay,
Yeah.
well, you made
Kinda
me
the
more
same,
interested in it by how
of
you
course.
did that. Okay,
They met on a
course.
plane, or he flew her in.
But uncomfortable.
That's on a plane.
Uncomfortable is different than I'm boxed in and now it's coming out. I can just say I don't want to
Right.
talk about it, but you already have. I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
Now I'm not lying anymore. I'm just not answering the question.
But it makes it less true what you've already said before. Because again, why wouldn't you just say it again?
And I don't think Belichick was in trouble. I think she answered before he could.
Yeah, he didn't have a chance to answer.
That's the part that I think comes back to him being in a place that's really weird. Bill Belichick, for how long has he had head coach of Patriots? 20 years?
Yeah, forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Been in the NFL forever. Been in front of television cameras, microphones forever. Bill Belichick's not getting walked down a road he doesn't want to go.
Ever.
Unless he can now be walked down a road that he doesn't want to go.
Okay.
Well, he's been coaching football for 50 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So to think that he needs to be protected from the evil interview, he doesn't. He knows exactly. Where do you think We're On to Cincinnati came from?
Right, him.
Because he knows.
We're on to Cincinnati.
I'm not answering that. I'm not entertaining it. I'm not opening the door to follow-ups. I'm just simply not going to play that game. And she is doing that for him now? That's
I'm going to wait,
weird, man.
About the diminished mental capacity, I'll wait and see there. That could have been a situation where he had no response because what do I say? No, she's wrong.
Why is
I'll
she
answer
correcting
that.
him about football stuff?
That's a good question. I don't know. If that's true, then he might be slipping.
It's all of them together.
Yeah.
It's not just this or just that. It's all of this collectively, the response to these things. It's like, hey, man, this is weird. I don't know what it is. And maybe at the end of the day, he's getting exactly what he wants out of this.
Happy. He didn't look unhappy.
And he wakes up the next morning with an ear-to-ear smile on his face saying, I don't give a damn, man.
Right.
I'll sell any book. You can take all the emails. You do all this stuff. I'm getting what I want, and I'm good.
Those young hyenas will get you every time, DeMarco. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe it's something else.
There's a good song by Bill Withers. Use Me. That's that song right there. Yes. You wish you were me. But
really
would you
strange.
give him the year if you're North Carolina? Let's see how he actually does as a coach.
Well, you're kind of in no man's land right now.
Yeah.
Like you really can't. I mean, you could, but it would really be weird to change horses right now.
Right now, yeah.
But you have to get a hold of her. We didn't hire her. She's not even on our payroll. Like your personal assistant is your business. She does not run
I would
the
make
football
that clear
program.
to him. Yeah.
Unless it's incapable.
I would make that clear to him, and if I didn't get the right response, then I think this coach, we got the wrong coach.
Also, here's the thing. Let's say he...
There it is.
Let's say he hasn't lost his mind and he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
And he's used to being the Bill Belichick who doesn't have to care because he's Bill Belichick. Those were private NFL teams, private owners that basically he could have an assistant that just exists. This is a little different because this is a public university where her making university announcements or stopping press conferences or whatever, now you're paid by the public. Taxpayers pay for the University of North Carolina. So that's a bit of a problem that Bill Belichick hasn't dealt with before.
Wow.
So that's also going to come up pretty quickly if she continues to just linger around. She's not on anybody's payroll. He's now works for the state. He doesn't work for a private or a private team.
I didn't think
anymore.
this would get so Spygate, Deflategate, and this is what gets you. Never saw that coming.
Well, if you're sloppy enough, then it eventually gets you.
Never.
Or it could be sloppiness.
Yeah.
or it could be I don't know what's going on anymore, because that stuff can happen really fast.
Isn't his kid on that staff?
I believe he is.
That was part of the deal.
Okay.
I believe he
Steven.
is.
He's on the. Is he the DC?
So I can't believe diminished capacity yet. I just think what you said is true. He's happy at home.
I don't know. And it may be as simple as that, but why in the world would she be correcting him on football stuff?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So the great DeAndre Hawkins, who's host of Lakers Talk Daily and part of the afternoon show, he's filling in for BC on Mason Ireland today, or as we like to call it, the Greg Bergman Show. He asked producer Emily when he walked in, why is DeMarco in a crop top?
It's a half shirt.
Well, it's not true. It wasn't.
I used to fit this, in high school.
It wasn't a half shirt 35 years ago.
I used to fit this with pads.
But why are you wearing it today?
Because it's a goal. I want to get back into this the way it used to fit. So I got, 55 by 55. We'll get there. A little bit more room. We're going to do burpees.
I'm going to
try. We're in. Are you in on? Can you do burpees?
I can't do burpees.
You can do burpees? We're in on burpees. I know you can do burpees.
I'm cool.
You can do burpees, right? You hate burpees.
I can't do.
They're so hard.
This is the point.
There's videos on the internet of DeAndre doing burpees for it's like a pay. You have to pay
go
to
from your
see them.
lowest point, flat in your stomach, to your highest. There you go. Yes.
Fans only.
Fans only. Fans only.
Like, could DeAndre fit in that jersey right now if we gave it to him?
My God. I think
DeAndre, come in here.
DeAndre, how much do you weigh right now?
Yeah, but it's all muscle.
Why are you looking at the door? He's over here.
I thought he was over there. Okay.
Easy.
How much do you weigh?
240. Put on the jersey. Put on the jersey.
240.
DeMarco, take off the jersey and give it to him.
I'm afraid to take it off.
Take it off.
I'm afraid. Hold on.
You're afraid with Mike come with it,
hold
right?
the shirt. Hold his bottom shirt.
Hold his bottom shirt. There you go.
Well, that is a half shirt.
Yeah, that's
now
me
DeAndre's putting on the jersey.
Yeah.
DeAndre, get towards the camera. You know you're part of that team.
There you go. A little tight. Yeah. See,
look at that. Now that's how it's supposed to look.
That's how it used to fit. There you go. Right there. See?
Oh, DeAndre looks good in that.
I'm trying to get back there.
Off the line. Yeah.
I can breathe now.
That fits him differently than it fits you.
Oh, thanks, Travis. Thank you very much.
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
Just saying.
Yeah. I like this. There's a word for that. It's called fat.
Weed, dog.
Huh? I'm going to keep this. No, you cannot keep that.
Let him keep it.
No, that's the only one I have.
For the rest of the day.
Let him wear it for the rest of the day.
Come on.
That
All
way
right, for the rest of the day.
I
Just
can
don't
reference
ruin my shirt. Don't eat in it. Come on.
What's he going to eat in it?
What's he
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
eating,
Don't spill anything.
Chili or something? Like what
Your
do you expect
carnitas
to
on the
get?
way home. See,
I do love my carnitas. I do love my
Keep
carnitas.
that on,
loves
Dion.
his
That's a good
carnitas.
bit.
Yeah.
Keep it on.
Keep it on. Go ahead.
Yeah, he doesn't need it right now. Obviously,
Don't wash it.
He only fits in the top part.
There you go. You look good in that. See, that's 240 right there. It fits.
That's the right 240.
That's.
He's built a seal.
You were just shooting hot ones at me, man.
I'm shooting them at myself too. I'm not shooting them at you exclusively.
If you're lucky enough, DeAndre will shoot hot ones at you too.
We're fighting the same battle over here. That looks good. See, that's what I'm trying to get to right there, where I can actually wear it. It looks like a normal shirt. See? There you go. He looks good. You like that?
Yeah, no, he looks
Come
fine.
on, there you go.
I'm the only one that's not going to make DeAndre feel uncomfortable.
By the way, DeAndre and Laura on the other side of the glass for the Greg Bergman, Mason Ireland show.
Whoa.
That show hasn't been this ethnic in decades.
I just thought of something. The only other person who's worn that is my girlfriend.
What?
The only other person who's worn that jersey was my high school girlfriend.
How does that make you feel, D?
I'm just saying.
Is she eating it? Does she have nachos or wings
Stop
in
it,
it?
Jorge. Stop it, Jorge.
What does she have for lunch?
Leave that alone.
The Dub coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. And Next Gen is the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. And spring has sprung. It is here, and it's time to clear out the dust and allergens, not just from your house, but from the air that you breathe. And Next Gen can make you breathe even easier, because right now ESPN LA listeners can get $100 off select indoor air quality products to help reduce allergens, dust, and pollutants in your home. You can upgrade your air, protect your family's health, and enjoy cleaner, fresher air all season long. And they make it easy at Next Gen. How? Well, they're open 7 days a week. They offer lifetime warranty options. They have financing options available. They've got that unbelievable 5-star service. So don't wait. Call today, 833-3NEXTGEN, to claim your $100 off select indoor air quality products. That's 833-3NEXTGEN or nextgenairandplumbing.com.
The first round series between the Kings and the Oilers is tied at 2. And now the series shifts back to LA for Game 5, where the Kings were victorious in Games 1 and 2.
Centering pass, score! Fogle to Brent Clark. It's another power play goal!
It's the Kings and the Oilers in a pivotal Game 5 in Los Angeles. Listen live at 7 on 710 ESPN and the new ESPN LA app.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun? Dive into Chumba Casino, your ultimate destination for free, fun-to-play social casino games. Play slots, bingo, and more whenever and wherever you want. With new games dropping every week, there's always something fresh. Lounge on the sofa or play on the go. Play now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, JOEQ. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Ask you that as a pitcher. You've never been ordered to hit someone, have you? You just kind of know when it happens, when it's supposed to happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very early on, and again, it's changed a little bit. It's not quite the same that it used to be, but it was very early on. And it was never a coach or a manager, but it's usually a teammate and usually an upperclassman that would say, you know what you need to do, right?
You know what's up.
And then you started to, even if you, let's just say, for instance, you just simply did not know, right?
Yeah.
I didn't understand the rules of the game or the order of operations. Then there's somebody, and then you start to just figure out when it is and when it isn't.
Okay, we were talking about Lakers and who's going to be that tough guy, and why not Jackson Hayes? You got 5 fouls.
Because he's not a tough guy.
And I was thinking about pitchers. You have that one opportunity where this is where I'm supposed to drill a guy, and you miss.
Happens.
Well, you just missed your opportunity because now everyone knows, warning, next guy's, you're getting thrown out.
Yeah. But see, if you're doing that, if it's that obvious, you're not doing it well. There needs to be a little subtlety to it, but sometimes you're right. It's just so obvious that this guy's going down. They just don't do that anymore.
And you just missed, I just trying to figure out a guy on the Lakers roster right now that could turn into
the wild card?
The wild card, just to muck it up a little bit.
I don't think he's there.
You got 5 fouls, man. You're big. Go ahead and hammer somebody. Go Robert Parrish.
Yeah. It's not the same. Like I understand that you have. Not everybody's got that in them. Not everybody's got. They all go out there and start the fight. There's a lot of guys that won't do it.
If Anthony Edwards is coming down the lane and he's about to bash, go up and hit him.
Yeah,
and just see what happens. If you want to change the series, I'm just saying.
Happy 92nd birthday to Willie Nelson.
No way.
92 years. I think he's still doing shows too.
Yeah.
The biggest advocate for legal marijuana
there's
I remember
been. Yeah.
My mom told me a story about going to a Willie Nelson concert. Like my mom went to a Willie Nelson concert, and my mom is a more uptight of a person, and she was like, he couldn't even get through any of his songs. He was so stoned.
I was
like, all right,
you're going to a Willie Nelson show, you know what you're going to get.
Okay, question. How many Willie Nelson songs do you know?
So
besides this one,
off the top of my head, not many.
Yeah.
But Willie Nelson's voice, the second you hear it, you're like, that's
you know
Willie
it's
Nelson.
him.
Yeah,
right,
Willie Nelson has an incredibly distinct voice.
Yes.
This is both not surprising and kind of like, wow, we're all very, very old now. Jerry Seinfeld turned 71 years old today.
No way. He's that much older than us?
71 years old today. Wow.
It did scare me when I saw it, too. I was like, Seinfeld
71.
So that makes me...
Yeah. That you can't... You're no longer middle-aged in your 70s. You're old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Right.
Well, we just finished talking about
We did.
Coach. Yeah, did you? Yeah.
I think somebody should knock on his door and make sure everything's okay.
Blink twice if you're in a
Yeah, I just want One of those deals. Duke Ellington celebrating a birthday today.
Hey, Thurman, what are his biggest
yes,
songs?
sir.
55.
Duke Ellington, go ahead. Rattle them off.
I don't think I got it. I'll leave that to you.
All right. That's, we'll do Count Basie this
Count
this
Basie.
hour, too.
My grandfather loved
Dizzy Gillespie.
My grandpa loved Count Basie.
Did he?
When we would go to Disneyland when I was a kid, Count Basie had his band at like one of the bandstands, and he'd go sit there and watch the band.
Really?
No way.
Well, good for him.
Loved him. Daniel Day-Lewis turns 60.
Hey, he's still painting with his left foot.
Yeah.
Man actually taught himself to paint with his left foot for a movie.
No kidding.
Yeah,
That's method.
yeah.
That's
as methody as you
no
can get.
doubt.
One more quick one on this day. Today was the day that Bo Jackson got picked number 1 overall in the 86 NFL draft by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's basically what pushed him to baseball.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm
right.
not playing for those guys. I'm not going to go play on that garbage team.
If he
and we got
just
the
played
two-sport Bo.
football, he would be the guy.
DeMarco, weighing in on this.
Go ahead.
Have we ever seen in American sports a better overall athlete than Bo Jackson?
I have not. I keep saying this.
I want to throw one at you.
Deion
and we'll
Sanders?
do it when we come
Except
back.
Bo is big and like Bo could have played defense. Well,
could've.
Dion did, but I mean,
If he
Dion was
just played
skinny and
running back,
fast. Bo was a tank.
He'd be the best of all
Hang
time.
on, Travis wants to tease something.
Oh, go ahead.
Hang
I
on,
want to
stand
tease
back. Stand
that.
back.
I want to tease that.
Yeah,
Is that
okay,
a good tease?
teasing that.
We're going
Teasing
to
that?
tease that.
That.
DeMarco's
Next.
Dion thoughts.
Tom Glavine.
Next. Supercross talk coming up. Tom Glavine indeed.
Yeah, can we do another giveaway? Because that went really well.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8968. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
Or call 800-575-8968. That's 800-575-8968.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Lakers fans, don't miss any of the action during the playoffs. Take the purple and gold with you wherever you go by downloading the Lakers app presented by BBGO. With the Lakers app, get access to exclusive sweepstakes, wallpapers, live game updates, in-game highlights, and more. The Lakers app is available in the App Store for free. Stay locked in during playoffs and listen to every playoff game on the Lakers app. The Lakers app has you covered, Lake Show. Download the Lakers app now to your iPhone or Android. Let's go Lakers.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Much like me with my Tom Glavine trivia.
Great tease. That.
What was the question again?
That.
Nobody listens to anything.
Yeah, I know. I listened to it.
Yeah,
I listened to it. I heard a lot of it. I heard much of it.
Gave you the answer.
You answered the question. You gave the answer. The question, the answer to your question, Ireland, of has we've seen a better athlete than Bo Jackson? I think it's Dion.
Yeah.
Dion's the only one that I think
is
but wait a minute.
reasonable.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you had a superstars competition, wouldn't Bo beat Dion?
In the speed comp, Strength, maybe.
Would he beat
All
Dion
around?
in speed?
Oh, he would beat him in the weightlifting.
Oh, he would bury him in speed.
What about rowing?
No, Dion's really fast.
What about rowing? Some of
Bo-
those weird sports.
Bo is extremely fast.
So Bo,
obstacle course would be close.
Obstacle course, very close.
If we're doing like a Superstars thing, Mark Gubiza, who does the Angel broadcast, has told this story before. It was in the Bo 30 for 30.
Just saw Gooby 2 nights ago. Gooby, Erica Weston, and Matt Vasgersian walked in as Michael, Stu, Billy, and I were walking out.
Oh, at the hotel?
Yeah, they were staying at the same hotel as us, Minnesota.
That's funny.
It was great to see those guys.
He told a story that when they were all teammates in Kansas City, when Gooby and Bo Jackson were teammates in Kansas City, that Bo brought a crossbow into the locker room one night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay? And was able to, like, not shoot apples off heads, but he could fit it through a keyhole. Like, he was a master archer.
That's cool.
There is someone at ESPN LA that owns a crossbow. Do you know who it is?
Demarco used to.
Okay.
Okay, wait, I got it.
Mason
I got
knows.
It. Well, I think I know.
Yeah.
Isn't it Lindsay?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lindsay
owns a crossbow?
Which
Yeah,
she
don't show up
uses
at her
for
house.
I don't know.
Self-protection?
No,
we
I
were
don't
talking
know.
one day. Somebody mentioned a crossbow in the story. She goes, I have a crossbow.
I mean,
storm a medieval
my
castle?
brother in Pennsylvania and Ohio, they have bow season for.
Well, they go
for
hunting.
buck.
Yeah,
they go
yeah,
hunting. with
yes.
them. Yeah.
You can't
That
hunt with
seems-
a crossbow.
All right,
It's
Certain
illegal.
things at certain times you can, I believe. In
Or-
certain places.
Or maybe he's got the traditional
recurve bow
quill
or
and arrow
compound,
kind
but
of
not
situation.
crossbow. Yeah, you can't.
But Lindsay, don't mess with Lindsay.
I didn't hear what you guys were saying, but you mentioned you were just talking about Bill Belichick.
Right.
Okay. I have a thought about Belichick. I have great respect for his football knowledge. I think that in terms of a career as a football coach, he's top 3 all time, maybe top 2. I honestly think, and I want to know if you guys feel the same way, after watching that interview the other day, if I was an NFL owner, I wouldn't hire him just based on that interview.
Well,
that's what they said.
Honestly, doesn't it look a little bit? I mean, it's kind of like elder abuse at this point. I mean,
yeah.
she's really taken control of all aspects of his life.
I came to the conclusion that I think he has lost it a little bit.
Yes.
And again, unbelievable football coach. Maybe he goes to North Carolina and goes on a run. I have no idea.
Give him the year.
But watching that and watching I was being controlled by a 24-year-old hot girl is staggering to me. And I always used to say, throw out everything else. If all you want to do is win, hire Belichick. Mm-hmm. I was surprised the Falcons didn't hire him. I was surprised some of the other people did.
Well, the first year he was out of the mix, there were 8 openings. Well, take the Patriots off. So there were 7 openings. And he did not. He only got the only team that even seriously considered it was Atlanta.
Didn't he do 2 interviews? I thought he did Atlanta and one other one.
He did another one in Carolina, but they very quickly moved off of him and went in a different place.
Right.
This is from a story on TMZ where North Carolina is quote, hold on.
Yeah,
it's
they
not
are
sitting well with North Carolina, and there's a quote growing sense that this could become a problem. This story
Look behind you.
Right.
Yeah, right. I think it's already a problem.
There were parts that did not make it into the CBS interview where apparently she was correcting him on football things.
A lot of stuff.
Right.
They stopped the interview for 30 minutes because she wouldn't stop talking, and then they started again. I mean, honestly, she's running that interview.
If she's just there to backstop him on don't talk about our relationship, I don't love it, but whatever. If she's there correcting him about football stuff, I'm
only
to your
if
point,
he doesn't
I'm not
know.
Come within 100 miles of the guy.
Only if he's slipping and can't remember. And he told her, I need help with this. I can't remember this stuff.
I mean, she's on the sideline. She's on the field during practice.
Everywhere.
She's answering his email.
By the way, when he was asked by that guy, I thought that interviewer did a pretty good job. He asked a lot of questions that people wanted to know. And he said, why didn't you mention at any point Robert Kraft in your book? Because Belichick is doing these interviews to promote his book.
Yeah.
And and the guy says, is it because he fired you? And Belichick goes, well, it was a mutual decision for me to leave. And he goes, that's not what Kraft says.
Yeah.
He says he fired you.
Yeah.
And he goes, it was a mutual decision for us to leave. Why wouldn't Belichick just say, well, obviously we had a lot of great years together, but it ended badly and we both moved on.
He may not remember.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he may not
I'm
remember.
like, is he losing it?
Right.
I don't know. I hope not. I don't wish that to anybody.
All of these things that we're talking about lead you to that conclusion, right? That he has somebody that's new in his life that is clearly in charge of what's going on. He's doing things that he'd never really done before. He's offering access where he never really had it before. He's taking beach yoga pictures. That's like, if this were a younger coach doing things that didn't have a like, even if it were Andy Reid, while odd, at least Andy Reid is an affable guy.
Sure.
It's so against type.
Yes,
you're right.
It is so wildly not him that Darth Vader was his alter ego, and it's like
Although
of this
I'll tell you
needs to
what
lose in
came
it.
out of this a little bit when we played the clip yesterday was she jumped in when they asked how
Did
you
you
guys met.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of theory. Like, it probably wasn't sitting on an airplane, which is what has
That
been
would
suggested.
be an easy way to answer the question.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't just come right out and say,
how'd you meet?
We're on an airplane.
I could care less, but now I'm really interested.
Yeah, now I'm like wondering, well, how the hell did they meet?
Right.
Were they on Tinder? Did they meet at the back of a bar? How'd they meet?
Does it matter?
No.
But just
intriguing. She did the classic thing that you did, nobody thinks about. She made the story way worse.
Uh-huh.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
the cover-up.
No, the second you say, I don't want to talk about it, well, why not? What else is going on in there?
Or he could have answered that. We're not talking about that. Maybe she got there before he did.
But they've already told the airplane tale.
Yeah.
No,
So
now, why not
now
stick
that
to the story?
Right.
That you're because somebody knows the story. That's
Yes,
why I can't stick to it.
somebody knows the story.
Somebody knows something.
He's
What
got
are
the
you
gotcha.
laughing at
Could
your computer
it
over
be?
there?
It makes me wonder.
But I
What are
would
you
give him the
laughing at over
year.
there?
Nothing.
What is it?
Nothing. Ireland, I cannot report that. Or
I
say
would
that.
not.
Yeah,
if
I'm
I
not
were you.
saying it.
Show it to Travis, and then
Okay,
he'll
I'll
know.
show
You're not
it to
answering
you.
that.
Yeah, he'll know why we can't
then-
say what it says.
Then I would not want to at all. Does that make sense, though?
Yeah, well, that's kind of what
That's
the
kind of
speculation
what,
has
but
been.
I don't know.
Yes, we do not.
but I don't know.
lend ourselves
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
the speculation.
I am not
We will not
attaching.
contribute
I
to
do
the
not
speculation.
associate with that
Where did that come
speculation.
from? Where that said
The
thing?
internet.
The internet, of
the
course,
interwebs,
the internet.
the face tube.
Yeah.
When in doubt,
The face tube.
the internet.
Instaface.
That's what he called it,
Yeah,
right?
it is. It is. Well, I'm sure he's posting himself.
And he
right?
looks lost. Like when he was sitting there on camera and just the
With the
look
torn-up
at him,
shirt.
I never for a second, every time you saw him on TV, he was in his grumpiest moments, felt like he wasn't in control of the
Yeah,
situation.
right. Yeah.
He did not
I'd
feel
give
like
him
he
a
was in
year.
control of the
I'd give him a
situation.
year to see how his teams do. If it's not an absolute
Would that affect
joke.
you as an athlete?
What?
Knowing that your head coach is being manipulated by her.
He wouldn't be the first.
No, but
He wouldn't be the
would
first.
you look at him a little differently?
A little bit, I would, if you realize the guy is slipping some and it's starting to become obvious. But yeah, he wouldn't be the first. Wouldn't be a shock. But I would definitely give him 1 year to see if he really can't coach anymore.
Right.
If he just can't win.
Right.
This
I want
is
to
all-
see if
this-
she can win, though.
This all means
Can
nothing
she
if he
win?
can't
Can
win.
Maybe
Jordan
she's got some
win
ideas.
at North Carolina.
Weird question
Yeah.
here. Where is she during the games? Is she going to be on the sidelines? Is she
yeah.
going to be in the
No way
press
she's
Calling
on the
box?
plays.
sideline,
She's
John.
going to
Is
be
she
calling
going to be in
plays.
the
No
suite?
way.
I think
Defensive coordinator.
No
She's in
way
the booth.
she's on the sideline.
Headsets on.
No.
press box.
Gotta be.
Yeah, press
with the
box for
coaches.
Not with the coaches, but not far from the coaches.
Yeah.
Or out in front.
Yeah.
Or out in public
The,
in the
the
family
other place
section.
could be she could be in a suite,
Yeah.
drinking mimosas,
True.
taking
being
in the
very
game.
visible.
Although
yes.
you can't really manage a football game that way. You
Well,
almost have to be.
She could have some hand signals that if I scratch my left cheek, that means run the suite.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It is
So weird.
Of all the guys,
Of all the guys to not be in control.
Him, of
Yeah,
all people.
maybe
I
the
know.
biggest
The
sports
biggest
control freak of all
there
time.
is, and he's yielded control. She has the con.
Any of you guys going to the Kings tonight?
No, are you going?
No, I'm going to watch.
Luke's
but I'm
coming
not
on
gonna see it.
today
Oh,
at
nice.
1:15. But yeah,
Nice.
I cannot make it tonight. I was there last week.
I know, I
so
wanted
much
to go.
fun. I'm sure they're going to bring out the harmonica ladies again, which is
That thing was so
That's a
cool.
a tradition unlike any other. There was a big article in the LA Times about the whole thing today.
Emily told me, I did not see this, but Emily mentioned this to me, that the Oilers responded with a kazoo.
Oh, no, I did not see that.
Yeah.
Did they really
Yeah.
bring out
I don't
kazoos?
know if it was at the national anthem, but they did have a band of senior citizen kazoo players in Edmonton that were playing either the Canadian national anthem or something
mockery
else.
at its best.
It's very similar.
I have
Very
never.
mockery.
It's an homage.
Yeah, exactly.
I have never been to Edmonton. Geographically, is that in West Canada?
It's in central Canada.
Okay.
It is in picture Canada like this is Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
This
above
way.
it?
Yeah.
Well,
A
Toronto's right above
a little
Detroit.
further west and farther north.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's in the middle of nowhere.
It's cold.
Wait a minute, Toronto's closer to Buffalo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Edmonton-
Toronto. You can drive to Toronto from Detroit
But it's you
in like 3
you
hours.
can drive from Buffalo to Toronto and through Detroit
Edmonton
is
in north central Canada.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Either
There
way,
you go,
it's cold.
kids.
It's cold
If that
there.
pops up on the
Vancouver
quiz,
is
you know.
west. Then there's Edmonton. Then there's
And
Toronto.
Nova Scotia is way over
And
the
where's
other side.
Calgary? I have no
Calgary's
idea.
near Edmonton.
And then Newfoundland over there.
I don't know where
you go.
Newfoundland is.
Newfoundland is like over by.
Isn't Nova Scotia the part that's basically Iceland?
No, kind of close.
Yeah.
Newfoundland is over there
Makes
too.
me hungry.
Newfoundland is over there.
Okay.
It
Where's
drowns.
the Yukon?
What's that?
Where's the Yukon?
In my parking lot.
That's another province.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Canada.
that
Is that the
is.
North Pole?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
That's the extent of it. Ask Luke all these
Canadian
questions.
geography.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tom Glavine.
Tom
Yes.
Glavine. Yes.
I love
So
a good
Glavine's not
mispronunciation.
Canadian, though, right?
He's Boston.
Okay, so he just played hockey in Boston,
Yeah, he
and that's
was
why
a-
the Kings
he's
took
a
him.
New Englander.
We're
the
going to
same
give
thing.
away tickets later on.
Will Tom Glavine
If
be the answer to the question?
we'll ask a Tom Glavine question a little bit later. For
No, I
Kings
think we should
tickets,
give
just
him.
to
I
see
think
if
we
they
should give him
remember it.
away to anyone who calls and says, "What was the question again?"
What was the question?
Plenty of those out there.
Seventh person to
plenty
call
of
in and
those
say,
out
"What
there.
is the question?"
Somebody check on Bill Belichick until we get an
Are
answer.
you guys
I'm
going to
keep
Cosm
asking.
this week?
Yes.
I think I am, yeah.
Yes.
Going to Cosm for Thursday night?
Thursday night, it
yes.
looks like.
Game 6.
You going
nice.
for that?
I am not. I
No?
took a pass on that.
John, you may or may not be in town.
Yeah.
I was
on
telling
Thursday.
Mace that
Let's hope not.
I've
Yeah.
had 4 people ask me to do stuff on Thursday. I go, I have no idea if I'll be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're flying to
Hopefully
Minnesota
not.
if they
I
win.
think they're going to
Get
be
your
all right
ass out of
tomorrow.
town and get
Yeah,
to
hope
Game
so.
6.
Hope